3圈，
好吧
？No more ball。
难卡。
反匕首。
听说这个偷分好像半小时一夜没。
真没必要，没有乐趣。看一下，
反正还是没圈，就刚刚那老鼠拖的。世界王2张还是被打哎，世界王吧。
我感觉是那个大紫圈。
就是刚刚那个大紫过去
两个
了吧？
紫圈了。
对啊。
大家可以看一下，你现在还没看到白圈呢。
那个黄和绿在打，有没有兴趣啊？
在哪里啊？
我们怎么打？黄和绿在打。
在那个红城，
我们就偷屁股啊！我们这一波就闪。
有吗？想吗？还是要去那个池？这边 NW 过去就是那个大紫圈，不是吗？
这套带出来没打算活着回去。
哎，我看不到我事估价值嘞，坏掉了吗？你们看得到吗？物品栏下面。
看得到啊。
没有，你应该是
看不到。
标过去，应该会是看到自己身上加装备里的。
我显示0块。
他一定很紧张，他一定超紧张，他一定超紧张，我只能说。
哦，1方向大圈，可是 SW 小圈哎。
我们看。
看不来。
那红圈是哪个？哎，它变小紫圈。
这个也太大圈了吧，要修哦。
好像可以打小紫圈哦。
哎，不行，他们过来了，他们都过来了。回。
有被堵门哦。
右边的圈。
干你娘！我才刚出来，进不去啊！
不用回去，哎，你们要回去吗？不用回去吧，我看他们没有过来啊，过来了。
有啊，他们过来了，好吗？他们过来了。
你们能让回去吗？
勾8装哎，我操！
让回去。
哎，我们这边
100个勾8还是能打死你啊！
应该过来吗？
弄过来以后，这边有白圈呢，汇合。
哪里？
哇！
哎，对啊，这个大白圈。
哎呦！等他们弄。
哎呦！干，换谁下马？操你的嘞！来啊！
我们要等一下
啊，换谁紧张了哦？紧张了，老哥。
换他们很紧张。我们等我们泡泡有吧？
我们可以弄了，Go！
都有泡泡哦。
干嘛弄？
哇！哦，那个右边有一个白圈，右边一个白圈。去白圈那边，去白圈那边入。啊，怎么白圈都没看到人啊？
在跑，他们在跑，但是他们在烧。
追着打。
哎，不要被打下马哦，一堆下马的哦。
兄弟们，我们来了。
来了，兄弟！
你们屁股。
去地图这一角。
我知道。
他们在跑，跟着他们。
我们白圈兄弟绕跑了。
去地图这一角啊！你们要跑？我想打哎。
可是
跑了，你可以打啊，我没差啊。
我想打啊，感觉这些菜的。
他们前面在打，前面被追了。
等一下。
被留了。
我被留。
你走9方。
被打下马。
听到下马了。
谁被打下马？你要不要直接下了
？OK， 这边下马，原地下马。往 AC 走，连续下马往 AC 走。
那个标了，
干你娘嘞！
跟着我走。3秒 AC， 3秒 AC， 3、2、1。
被弹走。
Nice！ 往回拉，拉掉，就在前面的，救一下。OK。
回来。
往回走。hold 住。OK， 往上拉，他们人太多，往上走。NW 走。我5秒可以开。
我5秒菠萝。
好，3、2、1。
扣压嘞！
来，跑！
救一下！
拿一下屁桃！
顶要往 AC 走！
我开洗头了！
兄弟们，救命啊！
哦，那个我没办法了。
我电头蹭一下。
好多
5秒可以打！5、4、3、2、1。
完了，
你他妈你家哪里？
推走，再拉，
一直被推耶。
继续一直开，
继续拉，
救我一下！
完了，
志南哥，
来我下，拜托！
死啊！
拿下
打不开，我他们在正一，再拉，再开，我3秒开，一方向，3、2，哎呦，
这圈有点大，这圈有
OK，
点
拉扯，可以，走，
快走！
电头帮你们留，你们再走，
叫屁塔！
再开，
你别进去，里面是那个，
不要白圈来了，
兄弟来了，
来吧，那你是死路，
完蛋了！
完了，你们下来，
哎，他们被炸一波，
哇，我没了。
你们那边上面的人能下来吗？
下不来，快跑啊！上面的人快跑啊！
能打，
你们赶快跟白熊队就可以打。
一方向还在的，一方向，3、2、1，
能不能救我
，nice，拉扯，
你们怎么走那里？天哪！
要跑回去，
有人在舔包啊！赶快舔！
救一下，能不能救一下？
白圈的兄弟在舔包。
往一方向走，
可以，反打，有别团在带，
往一方向走，慢慢走，跟上，你们离我有点远，跟上，
一倒活下来了。
这时候我跟皮桃被9滴滴卖啦。
哎，他们想跑，
一方向，正一，看我正一。哦，你们在这里的，看我正一。
你就去往，你就讲你就对了。
3，啊，没人
跟你啊，没人。
哈哈有，哈哈。
那拉一下，看你们正 S，
对，
他们还在哦。S1过来，S1，3、2、1。哎，你们人都上来我。
可以，有死。
可以，能舔可以舔一下，能舔。
AC 再走。
对面要不行了。
AC 走。后面跟不到上马吧？他们在哨站那边好像打死。
一文，哦，你们刚上去都死了哦。
往上 S 走。
我没死，
没有，我们躲上来的没死人。
我顶要一波没死。
找到我下马。
我觉得你要上马嘛，你是追不到他人了。
对，追不到，他们很多人都上马跑了。
SW， 我再空压一次，3、2、1，
空压水。
把他炸死。
啊，可以。
来上马，没人了，我跑。
来，我们死了，1、2、3、4，我们死了5个兄弟啊！一步尬的，
完了，
一步尬的哦。
没事。
拿一下。
先上马。
先上马。
一条永远一堆人在追着他砍，我要笑死。
他妈后面一堆人呐，有个一滴的在那边想上马。
打下马，能不能？他死了。
操你的，就是他揍我的。
来，纸圈走光了。
好，白城兄弟来的刚好。
还死。
不是，他们一直在这上面，他们其实一直在上面看。
我15个啊。
或者说我被骗啦，我被骗了。
我都啊，我想说不要上去。
没有，
别进去，别进去，别理他。
有一波我跟皮桃冲了，9滴滴没冲，然后我就死在前面。
但我冲了好几波，他指令一出我就冲过去了，然后结果是打超神，然后这边跟我。
不是，自然哥啊，小心疼啊。
哥啊，
自然哥没办法。
怎么演啊？
等一下，
那我刚才这边不是有一个坡，有一个康特 engage 吗？他妈我一个人打了，你知道吗？我一个人杀了。
是我以为9滴滴会回去救你们出来，你知道吗？结果没有。
没有啊，那个怎么救啊？我过去看，整张图都是红名。
不是白城过来了啦，刚刚白城过来了啦。
我们第1名耶！
我只能说我都杀翻页了。
哦，白城又第1名哦。
要不回家了。
这一次白神第一名，
有人订阅，
太好了吧？
谢谢你哦。
没掉
你们可以啊，你们可以啊，你们可以啊，你们可以啦。
OK， 3圈啊，3圈。
哎，怎么速网啊？
TOES 感谢你，就3个月
化身吧。
玩 Rust 时期的订阅到现在，我还记得啊。TOES 我没记错，应该还有一个哥哥。
那回去把路车丢给他们了。
OK， 我需要路特，我需要路特。
不用，
感觉有人钱包
我要那个爆破的给我，爆破的给我。
饱，敢吃到想吐。
我这边也不给他。
OK，
你拿去。
我全都要，我全都要。
这个蛇
全都要 OK。
可以，拿去。
敢被一只小蛇打断。
屁桃永远血没有满起来过。
啊，都我跟皮桃最先顶的啊。
打完油门。
完了。
我只能说，玩这样子还要让我玩
干，
这体
爆最贵的。
就是加。
没有爆那个新域盾62。
对，你还要欧西哦，我还
带圆盾就好啊，带圆盾就好啊。
我放路特是啊，我放路特是 B 了。等下我先拆个 OC， 爆了就没得拿了。
我听到好多蹦的声音哦。
小蛇的故事，你自己去问优格啊。
只能说确实好玩哈，确实好玩。
只能说，拿冰菠萝回来没有，就算活着回来也没有带过，可怜了。
不是怎么杀的都是一堆锅巴啊。
冰菠萝跟皇家血。
哎，你们进哪一个岛
？Kate，
他们在 Kate。
哦，那是不是要先卸旗才能？
对，要进。
对，你们要卸旗。
你们自己拿。啊！看，真的是菠萝回来没？
路特4是不是？
哎，哪里可以放？
路特。
有没有人录影啊？让我们看一下9滴滴帅气的样子。
9滴滴自己有录啊，他可以直播。
啊，
那可以看他直播就好了。
那刚刚我们扣了放生队友的，
没有放生吧？你们那个地方
2-3波了好不好？2-3波都做我跟皮桃上去。
就我好几波都帮你做。
那个有些时候就被那个吹走啊，我就救不了。
那就是有一个搞仔一直在击死啊。
对啊，有一两把击死我，一开鞋子就被击死。
应该有骑士头吧？
他没有。
我是在电头。
我说
你怎么会在电头？
队里面没有骑士头啊？
没有啊，
我有啦，只有我一个骑士头，所以不太够。
对啊，对啊。
哦，是丢路士是吧？没办法，主要是我们出去也急了。
我在电头就没办法。
都一样啊，没差。
哎，聊天室 CS 的比赛是可以播的吗？还是不行？
有我一个骑士头，
我一直不知道这件事。
只能说这边的路特补不了自然哥的一件脚啊。
真的哎，自然哥起多高啊？
他
不能哦。
哇
73，
他73血刃，
连声音都不能，所以我只能自己偷看哦，是吗？我还不能跟你们一起讨论哦。
确实有趣，
就死的自己拿吧。
只能说9滴滴放个录影来看吧。
好，
让我们看看我们卖队友的扣了。
我没有卖队友吧？那个被吹走，
你被吹其实也可以硬打。
G2正在打，
硬打。
应该说你被顶的那一瞬间，你可以直接跟我们讲。
哎，听说我的3-0已经没了，是不是？刚刚打
可以的。
3-0，好像已经
你看皮老输了，直接上来砍。所以是你那波没打死，所以他们追上来，我们才会死。
看一下， 那黄区的感觉是没什么好看的。
黄区就是练集火。
游戏我开游戏的话就可以是吗？
红区开始啊！
黄区开始，我们打超久的。
红区，不要看黄区啊！
红区往前
优格
往前。
叫我看他 IG。
你看这个
不是啊，后面啊，红区，刚刚那张图
啊，红区啊，刚刚那个地道那个不算吗？
对啊，你再往前啊！
没差，算地道那个不看。
王图了，
地道那个没有差哦。不是，这差不多。
这边都死人了。
这里是一开始。
所以我开游戏内的就好了，是吗？是这意思吗？
这边都还没杀，你这很开始是什么意思啊？
因为感觉一定杀的啊。
OK，
懂你意思。再看一次，我再看一次。我来慢慢找战犯，我只能说。被拦了。
有被拦了。
哦，他们都穿很低，那个超容易融的。
你尽量不要自己走这么快，队友走的没有那么快。你看，我在帮你控着，你有看到吗？我在帮你控着，喂。
看到了。
空压直接连开都没按的。
对，空压没按出来。
超赞的，因为呢，我们两个小孩就在上面，就人。
这样子逼他。
你走的比我们都还快，喂。
H 是说开游戏就可以，我不知道哎。不照理说游戏里的东西我直播出来应该不会有问题吧？我是直播游戏哎。
那难怪你们只打这里。你知道
没有啊？就是
因为他一直被推啊，我那时候没有骑士头。
一个风墙，
你看下面，
你看下面，
你看下面，你回去看下面。
你要打，你要直接先往前走了，你不能再往后走了，你这样打不到点了。
对啊，为什么你53和你一直在后退啊
？53越往 N 走啊！
你有看到我下面吗？
他妈到底什么贴纸啊？
你飞走那个瞬间，你看下面。
跟我死了吗？
啊，这三哥，这三哥死了。
这三哥
在那边，这两个在那边嗝屁了。
OK， 把这三哥卖了。
比赛在哪里看？有人知道吗？
我记得战刚刚跟我砍来，跟我冲后面，他就被你卖了，我只能说。
我都砍进去了，没人打。
哎呦，我本来想从那两个基石中间穿过去。
你自己回头看，我从那两个基石直接冲过去。
我本来也是想这样的，但是没有冲好。
我不知道怎么弄，我不确定。
我们知道你没吸到，我知道打冰波那个点啊。
哎，
真的超烂。
那为什么你们可以打第二波啊？喂，
第二个死的。
完了，这边往上走，整个死路。
反而往上走没人死啊。
你们往上走没人死啊？
都是傻逼啊！因为奶妈在上面啊，因为奶妈在上面。
没有，你们没死。
你看这里。
于是
我一个杀三个，
我觉得屁桃，我觉得那边应该反打的。
我跟屁桃，我看到冰起来，我直接
把老板炒了，厉害了。
我为什么可以走出来啊？
所以你现在当自己的老板2个礼拜了，是不是？没事，你还可以当我的老板。
好甜。
哦，
你的成就感让我来给你。
你看这边，然后就开那个白旗开始舔了，疯狂舔。
老板，
为什么箱子里面没有你的嘎啦？
加薪了吗，老板？
哎，我拿去补我的新鱼盾哦。
啊！我操嘞！
操你的嘞！
我这已经死一半了。
你们跟指挥啊，你们跟指挥真的做的超差的。
我不知道在哪里看啊，放弃了。
我已经不相信
他，根本没看到指挥。
我已经不相信他，毫无信任可言。
哇！前面几波都蛮大波的。
对，我要换那个 我要换这个，有人说换米画局比较好是吗？还是换什么？
再看一次。
有断水跟你，
哎呦，那个树那个木头，
我的3-0没了。
一不干比较好啊，只有一不干还信任你啊。
3-0，在刚刚那一场输了，我差你的，好扯，灰狗直接逆转。
后面没了啦，没得看了。
那我没有这个白圈，没有这个白圈，基本上我们
要换这个纪念包了，这一场太经典了。
可能要赶快回去放了吧？
应该是。
我可以开这个吗？还是怎么样？
太离谱了。
这个要直接开还是怎么样？这个我不太确定诶。你们这个是怎么样？
休息休息，你还要上班。
1.51啊，自己拿。1.51，
留个10年。
有死的去拿啊。
没拿。
再补一个密生棍进去。
该睡了，该睡了。
哎，死的自己去拿哦，还有里面有2M。
那个谁有死的去拿吧。
这么多，那我去补一下。
你去补啊，去补啊，去补。
没有死的自己来拿。
拿这个自然哥好像一件都补不了。
没事，自然哥他看他想不想拿。
这我们一点小小心意啊。
红的只有4000分之一。
请这时候请你收下。
对啊。
哎，对，哈哈，好啊，好啊，花花喂，花花，
没意外跑去洗澡了。
干啊！他昨天我们的路车没有啊？你不是跟我打下面那一波吗？那正常啊。你打下面那波的话，
你那个跑，你那个真的跑不掉，自然哥你那个真的跑不掉。
我跑掉是我运气好。
不是怎么没看到怎么没看到易伟？易伟刚刚有玩吗？
没有啊，他没来啊。
然后我发现
有吗？
你们后面一大群哦，一大群都是那个在追你们屁股的。我刚好就在那个他们的屁股后面呢。
你在干嘛？
然后呢？
然
后呢？
冲过去啊。我看我过不去，我就直接那个啦。
完了，你
就是直接去看大象时间了。
OK，做事。
你在重播记录已过期。
像后面这一句，我跟你说，少了后面这句就不太妙了。
之前很贵的探员，
直接就是背弃大家。
那个吗？
我已经
这个价钱很贵，但是它是被炒起来的。我觉得它不特别啊。
我过去就是看到。
我觉得这个造型不特别啊。我反而觉得这老头比较特别。
是我们被追的一堆人，还是对面已经没了的一堆人？
没有，应该是我们
半夜台
吧？
没有了，怎么会是半夜台？
差不多4队马哈的人吧。
没有玩 PUBG 都不好意思开台开。就知道我多忠实于 PUBG 了吧？该发工商喽。
也没去的，
我都没有删掉 PUBG。
你睡了，7夜去玩河沙了。
他们不是12点就在玩了吗？
为什么就会在这？
有啊，
他在跟西野玩鹅沙哦。
干嘛？
你昨天那个路车剩下的人怎么办？
那不是54代的吗？
是吗？
如果是半夜我没打，半夜我就睡觉。
武士老师喂，
不如我全部接收吧。
我去拿给你。
指挥费。
他是刚上线嘞。
全新出场哎。
9个 day 啊，
是有料吗？靠，100块而已。
为什么还有怒爪啊？
什么入抓？
骑怒爪
哪一项啊？路特5啊？
没有，我自己收起来，因为我想说他本来在路的4，我怕我们晚上又就会卡那个。
那你要去卖就好啊，不用给我了。
啊！但我好懒得卖，又丢给工会哦，好累哦，还要记账。
没有，你直接那个钱给你就好了，
自己收了吧。我昨天那时候不就讲了，问
H 在哪里看
啊？直接拿走就好了。我昨天是这样讲的啊。
自己没分干净，你不是叫你们分干净，我就睡觉了。
我记得昨天是大家都有拿了，所以就剩那一些啊。
就继续分啊，分到晚啊。
我就说，所以那时候我就讲了，看有谁要就拿走啊，结果都没人拿。
OK，
干。我问 H 说播这比赛不会有问题吗？他说播游戏内的都可以。然后我说我找不到在哪里看，他传了一个网址是直播网址，我都干。你不是跟我说播游戏内可以啊？我问你哪里播，你又给我直播网址。这个吗？你说这个哦？我可以在播游戏的这个哦？这是游戏里的吗？对耶，这游戏里的哎。
Game, very strong T side from them, and then it ends now on 16-12. And to be honest,
游戏里有这个哦，那就可以这样看啊。这是 live 的吗？这是 live 的哎。游戏里有这个，那就没事了吧？游戏里有，那就没事嘞。那干这个是游戏的问题，这是游戏里面的资讯，不是我开的。
Just better. Yeah, if they started better, I think that's the story, right? That's the narrative. You look at both halves, and FaZe have a 6-2 in the first half and 5-1 in the second half, lead early on.
大台都在播，可我不知道他们是不是有合作还是怎么样，是真的可以这样播吗？还是怎样
You see Xargon calling fast plays, that's working. I'm almost already closing my notebook, thinking, oh, that's it. Yeah. There's no way you come back against that FaZe. And Payne actually made a run for the match.
But for me, it was very interesting. They FaZe won the force by 3-1, lead, lose 1 round, instantly call a timeout, and then win 3 more. And at that point, it's 6-2, and then it's very confident. But if they don't take that timeout, maybe they don't win the next round, and Payne starts coming back, could be a completely different story. Like FaZe is a team that we kind of.
我不知道能不能直接直播我不确定
Timeouts aren't really used properly, and here they showed how to do it.
I want to circle back to the Skulls conversation though, because
CS 没有在管这个哦。对啊，我看每一个台都在播国外有一半 CSGO 的台都在直播这个比赛
Incredible titans of Counter-Strike. Skulls, first major ever. Now you have to play against them, and you haven't had the same warm-up that FaZe has had because you had a really easy match to begin with. Do you think that also plays a part in him not necessarily showing up? The nerves finally getting to him?
CS 不是开放的吗？真的哦，CS 是开放哦。那他们是看哪一场
？And then suddenly game 2 we're down 6-2. I think also the problem is that you're facing FaZe. And once you put them in that position where they have the lead, they're extremely complicated to play.
没事啊，我播游戏里的。
To his defense, he did at the end had a relatively neutral scoreline, which it looked like he sort of made up for it. But you cannot give yourself that kind of, or you cannot give FaZe the leeway, right? When we're watching the screen, when it's 14-12 scoreline, and we see the 5v4 happening with Reigns, Deagleshot, we look at each other and we're like, that's it.
Yeah.
This is the round FaZe is about to win, and that's why once you allow them to have these 2 starts, you know they will piece a way. They will piece them together. They have that 14-16 round. And that's how they did. They broke them with the deals.
Yeah, they don't lose big comebacks unless it's Vitality on Anubis, I guess.
We're going to talk a little bit more about the FaZe Payne game, but before we do that, I know that Banks is with the new dad.
有游戏内的观战，我就是找不到游戏内的观战啊，这个就是游戏内的啊，我这个就是游戏内的啊，可是我找不到只看单纯看游戏的那东西，单纯看比赛的我找不到。他没有游戏内的 live。
chaotic comps and a lot of things we had to clean up and a lot of things we have to work on for the next game for sure.
And in terms of that, we did actually see you guys play a lot faster on your T sides as well. It's very explosive. Was this something more to just hit that pain, or is this just how you want to be playing Nuke at the moment?
I think
我 FB 贴文打错字，我知道，我看到已经来不及算了。
Sometimes he's very aggressive, very do this, you know. So it's up to him most of the time. I think we're all feeling the fast pace as well. I think it fits where Real plays at the moment. So.
And in terms of having now this 2-0, it's exactly what you would want, right? The great start. But how does it feel? Do you feel like you're in this position where you go, okay, we're at the...
我找不到游戏内的，只有看到这个，这个也算游戏内的，还是就这样，就这样应该没差吧？
Yeah, I think for sure if we have this communication right today, let's say versus Chiefs.
至少比较安全啊。
They're gonna make us run around our ball, like it's gonna be full.
反正你们要看大的，就看自己去看大的就好了。反正你们也可以看 live 啊。
It's much easier one game a day. So you happy with that?
Yeah, for sure. One game a day. It's a best of 3 though. Best of 1s are a little bit funky, but yeah, I'm happy we're 2-0.
Well done so far, Ryan. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Back to you, Sam.
Thanks so much, Banks. Obviously, Rain, this is good for FaZe. They're one game away from guaranteeing themselves a spot in the Legend stage. Maniac?
It's a great position to be in. I just wanted to quickly touch on the intensity that Rain was talking about and how it got a little chaotic in the comps. And I think this is the conundrum that every single elite team has to deal with, which is you want to have a high intensity, you want to be giving you 200%, but
我特地起床看比赛，没有啦，我们吃完那个。
And I think good for FaZe.
我们今天是吃好料，吃刚回家，吃一个太饱啦。
I know we all wanted win.
1800块吃到饱，然后各式日式料理什么的，又隔吃20分钟就饱了。我狂吃猛吃。
This is a team that has to win the major, though. For a lot of FaZe fans, at least, they wanted the Fab. I'm calling them the Fab Five. I got 5 teams.
为什么可以垫那里
I'll go through them. I call them the Fab Five, and I know that if there's a fan of one of the Fab Five, they have to win.
这些人怎么看起来像电脑啊
This is a team after the Grand Slam, the iconic moments. It's the last CS:GO major.
Yeah,
FaZe is
but
one
I
of those
also feel like Xargon kind of positioned the team right in a way that they don't.
虽然说我吃好饱，但是我现在好想订个什么豆花，还是现在应该没了。饮料啊，豆花的，干好渴哦。
We don't know if that's going to happen. That's later on in the competition. We're going to take a
就我去那边吃，其实就一直觉得很渴，很渴，很渴。
Moving to game number 2.
哦，饮料店还有，我要订。梁安市台北哪里？那个泡温泉的地方在哪里啊？我有点忘记嘞。不是北投，有一个往山上开的，哦，乌来。 乌来比较好还是北投啊？我记得乌来比较有那种老街的感觉，小小逛一下的感觉。接下来的天气，你想泡温泉，兄弟？ 泡温泉是一种情趣，跟天气没有什么关系。哎呀，朵朵啊！你妈又在给我白目，又在给我白目，硬要来身上是怎样？
The second 1-0 match here on the challenger stage for the Blast TV Paris Major, and it is Apex up against Greyhound. Greyhound, not a team that we thought we were going to see in this.
到底手要藏在那？藏在我手是怎样啊？手那么小也要藏。
But did you think that a team out of Apex or Greyhound would
被怪怪的人私讯不要点网址，尤其是 CS 的。有啊，我今天就有人私讯我，什么 CS 的什么 free skin 还是什么的，想要我点，给你阿骂。
game and the best of threes, like there could be a pretty favorable matchup in the end for Apex or Greyhound.
What you mean as a potential tool to you mean, or
yeah, but like someone's gonna go 2-0 from these two teams,
that is
and after that, who knows what?
我好怀念以前每天那边插键盘滑鼠的时候，笑死。
Matchup in the end, we know how the book hole system can be kind of weird.
这谁 Billson 啊
？It's a mystery. We pretend like we know, but we don't.
Yeah, we can talk about Fnatic some other time.
They have this coach who has this experience, 9 majors with Virtus Pro. He must be such a good source to lean on right now.
那天现在不进来，那天都在外面。他很频尿啊，现在没办法，他在一直尿尿，一直尿尿，而且没什么食欲，我也没办法。不想逼他进来啊，让他休息一下。
Routinized to have these moments, but hey, you have Kuben, you talked about, you have Stico, you have Yakem. These are people, they've been around for a long, long time. It's almost a story of redemption in a way for these players to fight for the right to actually stay irrelevant at the very top, and this is a window right now.
Yeah, especially last year they missed out on both majors. They went took some time off to like make this big overhaul. They
哎呦，不要一直在我肚子上啊
They did have shocks, and Stico was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try IGLing." That failed miserably. They had Bentet trialing. They played with Mihu. They played with so many different teams, and Kixan, the North Macedonian.
那平常就不朵朵平常就是这样。
It's kind of crazy.
睡觉的时候他会一直来撸你的脸。 只是朵朵最烦的地方是他会伸爪子，他会很舒服靠你身上，然后会很兴奋，爪子就伸出来，我不知道为什么，很痛。
Top 4 finish there. How does it feel coming back to the last ever CS:GO major of Apex and a very different style?
I mean, I'm very happy to be back. Honestly, it's like a blessing almost. Like 2019 was a Berlin major year. Like it was a super good run. We should have been in Rio, but COVID screwed us. So, and then making it back with a Norwegian, organization and with this team is, yeah, it's low-key unreal, honestly.
And in terms of your win over Liquid, right, what a fantastic way to start off the run here. But for you, how does it feel, and for the team as well, especially some of these younger players that you have on the roster?
哎，下一场比赛什么时候啊？他们一直在讲话啊。
In practice and how, like online, even online, we have been doing pretty well. Like
有没有人要我帮他抽刀的兄弟？有没有我代抽刀的？趁现在没事干。欧皇降临，谢谢。
I feel like we can beat anyone if the hunger is there.
Do you find yourself getting some extra motivation yourself, being the more experienced player and being around these younger guys?
I don't think I've ever been this motivated, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Like I know, like everyone says it's a little bit of a cliche, but.
没有，你自己准备箱子跟那个钥匙，我帮你抽啊。
Just a little bit bigger. Now it's like way different, honestly.
我最近很欧啊，我手游也超欧的，真的。我只是没箱子钥匙啊，不然我自己抽，估计就是2把刀起跳一个晚上。我最近手游超级欧诶。朵朵又伸爪子了。
There's some preparation, not much, of course. Way less than Liquid. But yeah, here like we came into Liquid.
哇，好痛哦！不要再伸了啦。
Not underdogs anymore. But I don't know. We just have to play like anyone else. Like it doesn't matter who we're meeting.
And what do you need to be cautious of in particular when it comes to playing against Greyhound? What do you need to be aware of to make sure something doesn't get turned around and you don't lose this game?
First of all, we need to, you know, come out of, like, swinging. We don't need to play scared. I know it's major. We're up 1-0. High chance of going 2-0. The pressure can definitely come, but if you stay cool, you know, maybe even do like a tactical if the pressure is too high, you know. I think we will like take it, to be honest.
I love how happy and positive he is in that interview. There's like a really good vibe to him, and it's the same with Australian players. I find Australians are always happy. And I'm expecting the same from Greyhound. They're always chipper, jumping around. It's very annoying in the morning, as we've all experienced with Sponge with an early call.
I was going to say, when was the last time you saw Chad being happy?
He's happy all the time.
Is that happening, Prof? Any comment on that?
I will not comment on that.
I think it's a little bit awkward. He's happy around me all the time. I don't know, maybe he just doesn't like the two of you.
That's possible. Maybe I should get my ego in check and be a nicer friend.
Talent drama starting.
Exactly. Talent drama life.
那个0.5
Keep the thread on the Aussie hero.
rating 0.5的还好意思打哦，
Mentioning Yankem as well is the
直接换我上去了吧？
Because they both come from a first match where not a whole lot of people were giving them the time of day. We all thought, it's gonna be fine. Liquid should be there. But actually now they are both in a very kind of tricky situation. You have to take this match super seriously. You can put yourself in the 2-0, and the question is, how do you deal with that thought? How do you deal with the idea that this is the game putting you to 2-0? This is the game that's one series away.
Huge opportunity for both of them to.
但是我的预测第一场就已经没了。
I know, insane,
and it's possible.
And they already kind of did their job. They already left our pickings. They should kind of.
已经没了。
Are you surprised by this though?
操你的！第一场灰狗怎么会赢啊？
During rehearsals, I said when it's Greyhound.
他刚刚那一队啊，这个啊，而且好像是多少14-6还是14-7，一路追到14-16，哎，一路被逆转哎，超扯哎！全世界不知道多少队伍、多少人预测他会3-0。
We're going to Mirage. How do you feel about Mirage? Side of it.
我真的是无言，真的无言。
Gonna say that this is the one map I would be very happy to see flying out of Counter-Strike. Get the hell out of my game. Like I've had enough. I think this is the one.
You're already wrong about Greyhound. You don't have to be wrong about another thing.
很痛，朵朵，很痛，指甲不要再伸了。
I'm going to make sure that they're friendly a little bit later and that they found a way to agree on something. But what we can all agree on is it's time to get into game. This is at Apex facing off against Greyhound. Scorny, Launders, tell me, how do I control these two before they bite each other's heads off?
You just let them go, Sam. Let the dogs out, you know? Unleash them. Apex versus Greyhound. The Unicorn odds go the way of Apex. This is a team Maui Snake was telling me he'd been talking to.
哇，右边那个是
from a bunch of different teams throughout.
右边这个是
Listen, Apex in terms of practice.
印度人吗？
They punch upwards, right? This is, I think, a team that maybe some of the viewers and some of the pundits we've kind of sat back and written them off and don't think they can compete, but there is something here, right? And I believe that after an opening.
看来。
Upset versus Liquid, that is more impressive than what Greyhound were able to do versus Forz, in my opinion, just because it wasn't as much of a one-sided affair, right? Forz's T side got stuffed.
Okay.
That was the red flag for me right off the bat.
Sure. I mean, I guess I would.
他说可以直接看游戏里的比赛。 可这个就没有主播。
Naming the feed early, the Swede.
啊有哦，我操
Often remarked as one of those players you never feel like you saw that full evolution that many expected to see upon his arrival in the scene. An exciting Swedish name.
我当 OB 哦，拜托，我以前 OB 强的。
A country with a lot of history in Counter-Strike.
Won the first major.
Not too bad. Yeah.
That's a pretty good thing to have to your name.
Maybe they come and win the last CS:GO major.
There you go. Book.
Full circle. As we do get that nice conversion.
That's not great.
他不能慢动作啊！
That was a full-on force
我不能慢动作啊，这个太快了，很难带那种很漂亮的视角。
And they get blanked. Not a
真
single
的就是要
kill
这样看。
to be spoken for in the second round of play. Actually, only one kill over the first two, and that was Sampaius's opening frag.
哎，好累哦，要自己切
What
干
should，now be a light investment.
不麻烦呐。
Expect NIP to keep a relatively clean sheet in this one as well.
直接切一个目前 AD 啊最高的。
Absolutely.
T-side Zeus. You ever seen that one before?
I haven't.
It's not new. Like they've always been allowed to.
看他最刚好这个，刚好来了。
But I'm not so sure about the chances. Wow, that was a lot of damage from one single Granata.
Oh, we were talking about cheese before.
Yes, cheese grommet. Faker and a Nurse. If they get another one, they would have had permission to charge, but Hendrick, look at him farm. Just 3 $600 frags. It's going to be lovely for an AWPer to be getting this SMG farmed up. Juicy amount of extra cash. Hold on. Come on. It could happen. Rez. Oh yeah, Chad, do we get a major exclusive?
What?
Well, he tried.
我确实谁死是怎样
Lots of helmets.
That nerd shot.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, that's a big boy shot right there.
Especially like that jump peak, like it's just not, it's not an easy shot.
Oh, he's ready for that. That's all he.
That is disgusting.
What's he using an AWP? Come on, man. Okay, but that's their second kill. That's Ence's second kill in the first 3 rounds. It's a good one. It's a nice one.
Yeah, cracking. But let's see if they can actually find something maybe a little more
substantial.
Substantial's the word, Chad. Yeah, let's go. AWP in play. We just spoke at Hendrick's name. He has brought it out to play. And Madden delivers, does tame the spray, can't build upon a second. It's Alexi B to keep it level.
Look at Snappy's push though, undetected so far. They have to know it's possible.
Massive gap, massive gap, and it gets bigger. Snappy, some IGL on IGL action. Takes down the Finn, and on the walk is Hendrick. That AWP gets nothing done, as it's actually Sun Bias who cuts it out of the round with the AK. Ooh, lovely work. Config with just a reaction shot onto Snappy, and a second would have perhaps made a bit of a conversation to be had, but instead it's Rez detached on the wrong side of the map. And the bomb successfully planted. That's even better. For Ence, you said maybe we'll see a bit more substantial, Chad. Not only a round win, but a recovered AWP.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice for Sampayas here as well. And you could see that Hendrick, he was in such a terrible position. I'm stranded at the sandbag. I have to take a fight on either front, and he just gets caught in no man's land, right? Just bullets in the side.
Is that a product of the Snappy space, right? Like that?
Oh yeah.
The reason Hendrick looks like that, yeah.
The 2 choices are I can peek out left eye peeks with an AWP down the ramp, but still have to worry about yellow and ramp, or I can try and take that fight and get it. So neither choice is great. He was essentially screwed. It would have needed to be some heroics right there to get that one done. Rez right now hoping for a little bit of his own to hold on to this Silent Stem 4. There should be more than enough for him to go across for buys on everybody here. Config can even drop an AWP to Hendrick if they would like. So it will be another buy round for the Ninjas, but that is Ence getting on the board here early. 3-1, the score is now Reed. That's one of the other things, right? I understand that it's 2 best of 1s in the same day, and normally we only have like 1 series. I know best of 1
导播视角吗？拜托，导播视角帮调一下，怎么弄
？In that type of environment as well. Like I know the prep time, it means you're not as focused on maybe some of the tendencies, or you don't have everything down pat on how you want to approach the game. But you. Here he comes again.
自己我按了，我按自己了，没反应啊。
2 from 2,
killing it.
没反应呢，怎么办
？Literally, Brolin gone.
Brolin both times, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's overstaying though. This is
还是我改过按键？好像我改过按键呢，怎么办
？Happy to deliver another extension of their lead. That's a 2-man advantage that should translate into a second for Ence here on this attack.
Oh, should now. Nerds catching Rez. That has to be the round here. Have to say, if Config and Hendrick have no business in this, the next conversation becomes, do they want to hunt these rifles? Because Nerds already, you can see where he's getting off to.
Should be, yeah.
Starting to cut them off at the pass here, so making sure that they shouldn't be able to save over towards B. Ents have the intention to try and take these rifles away. Or, maybe, hold up a second, they could just be sending him in for info, right? Making sure they're not going into the last 2 players.
我听说 NIP 最近很落赛。
He might just get,
NIP 怎么都已经没有一个我认识的，我认识 NIP。
But it's going to be interesting to see Hendrick try and hold on to this. He's expecting a hunt, and he's actually opted for the AK-47 to do so.
Well, good luck, my son. I don't think you're going to have.
I reckon he gets away with so.
You think he saves?
Yeah, I mean, like, so it's not going to be some Pius taking first contact. And looking at Deha, he's going over con. So time-wise, it's probably 1 fight. If he gets the first kill on Deha, I reckon he's Gucci.
Deha's pretty good at moments like this.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he just has such a clear awareness. Actually, I love Dander's tweet. I think he cast the first one. You saw Deha's rating of like 1.7.
Oh, it was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, but he was just talking about his understanding of his opponent. And Hendrick is caught out. Eventually, Deha delivers. And just the 1 AWP required. So And I mean, in terms of convincing rounds, the way in which they've put these last two together have been nasty for Nip.
But this here is key and something we'll keep our eyes on as we're heading back towards A in the gun rounds. On the eco rounds, right, I'm not going to worry about it so much, but Madden has taken down Brolin in both of the gun round exchanges over towards the A ramp. Right? And that right there is something that we really need to keep an eye on, because if Madden is able to get the better of Brolin time and time again, this is a head-to-head of a matchup of two players who like to worm and play around these smokes, one who's getting a clear advantage over the other. And DJL, very passionate Swede, maybe the most passionate Swede I've seen since Get Right. This guy, he wears his heart on his sleeves. His emotions are quite clear when he's talking. He looks like a stern coach, a fair coach, but a stern coach. He's not a player who's going to take any smack.
这一把是什么刀啊？
He's not a coach who's going to take any smack. His players might take a little bit.
宇宙无敌超级小火龙是什么东西
？A bit of respect within this team.
Oh, no doubt. And I think actually, yeah, I mean, he's invaluable to the Ninjas in Pajamas. He is a presence that I think this roster would not have
原本的日语是哪一颗啊
heights similar to this.
I think it's key you said this roster, right?
要把它
Because
改
there's a
掉
couple of
了
people here who maybe DJ needs to like pull their head in line, and I'm sure people know some of those names we might be talking about, whether it's work ethic, maybe it's attitude, multiple things could be had in that conversation there. But having a strong coach, it's going to help Alexi be out as well. He doesn't always have to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know,
it's so important.
You can send a little bit off to the coach right there, because the last thing you want is your players resenting your in-game leader.
No, that's real talk.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's also, you are also, like, if you're honest, an IPL is such a perfect scapegoat for all of your problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I could blame myself, sure, or I could, like, watch my demo and find every mistake I made, but I'd rather just say, it was a bad call, man.
Yeah.
It's a bad call.
Yep. It's not easy to make the calls.
No, it's not. It's not. And you know, there's no surprise that there is quite a lacking across almost the entire world of IGLs. You know, every time we start talking like roster mania, we find ourselves coming up empty of like good, I don't know, let's see, like Russian-speaking IGLs.
刚好全部跑了。
We got
Boomich or Jerry.
Yep.
Or yeah, you know, because it's a fun one.
Yeah. You're right. It does start to dry up quite quickly.
But if you wanted Russian AWPers, well, let me tell you.
Not going at bargain prices either.
No.
You're still going to have to pay the premium, actually.
This has been a round of Counter-Strike that you can forget.
What?
As we will too. When the bomb goes down on the open
50赌 A 点赌错，尴尬
coverage
咯
of the map, so they've got their steps in.
Yeah.
How many is like
it's 10,000 a day.
That's the recommendation.
Yeah, I don't know how many is in a round.
No, good question. Wow, he could not have put his crosshair in a more perfect place for that. That's some real nice placement for two. Loses his AK though.
AK is actually not bad because there's some low cash on Config, Head Trick, and Brolin. So with the lost bonus coming into the next of the 2400, it's actually really important that they do have this AK-47. So you can see Rez wants to hold on to this like it's precious.
And he looks like he'll get away with it nicely. So in terms of safe exits and keep 4 alive, and Nertz just managing to give over that AK-47.
So that means that now they can get Rez to drop the AWP to Head Trick. So there's plenty of cash to go around right now. There'll be util for everybody. Maybe a little bit light on in the likes of Config and Brolin, but for Brolin it might not matter. In these last few, he's found himself dead almost immediately with that head-to-head to Madden, which we need to return to now, because if it is another round play, at least it's their opener, right? That's not the round ender.
好像真的每个选手都有刀加手套都很有钱但是对他们来说不贵。
Yeah, early util battle. It's Brolin again, we're in eyes of. Let's see how he handles this one. Madden is on his way. And Brolin, has an AWP shot. Whistle past his ear. Happy to return fire just a little bit around these smokes and trying to play the very precipice of that short smoke.
It's such a cat and mouse game though. You see like the Hampers deep smoke, you've got the ramp lurk smoke from the teams as well as the gap smoke. Like it's just all about playing around these smokes here.
Don't you do it. After seeing Nertz's lineup as well, like I'm sure some pious no slouch if he did position for it, but Brolin confirms no action and can establish.
选手会跟人家借哦。
Canary in the coal mine, just
这种东西还要借吗？
I think that's coming. Sun Pius to go looking.
你看我这个宝石刀都乖乖的自己弄出来。
Oh, do they want to try again?
他跟人家借。
Noisy.
You could be concerned if someone had pushed up. That would have really ruined.
They missed the smoke.
Full vision. Awkward take.
They missed the smoke.
Head trick. He is going to call for backup immediately. Loud about this. Brolin, a lovely angle. Looking to adopt the element of surprise. Snappy will not have his crosshair here. And a quick one from Roland does deliver, and a second as well for good measure. Some redemption already for the Swede. Madden makes a loud step on his pursuit of this one. Caught down, straight down, wall bang from Alexi. NIP still 5 alive. That is a dream for this defense.
他剩2滴啊
his name to the pile as well as he posts his 5th.
Instant made their life any easier there. Like the boost, I think some players wanted to be able to peek out a little bit further. They also flubbed the smoke. I'm not sure if they were trying to throw a ramp lurk smoke or throw the one that goes under the ramp. There's a couple of variations that you can throw to try and take that space back. And then towards the tail end there, at that point when they had flustered that, you could see they were just trying to steam up for that space and capitalize on the aggressive CTs. And well, sure, it wasn't Madden onto Brolin onto Madden, but it was Brolin getting 2 big kills to stall out this A assault.
Yeah, and it has only been A. Something I wanted to bring up is like, you know, I'm pretty sure I've seen some incredible,
对面权也不多啊，不敢乱推啊，推了下一把穷啊。
From Madden out mid with enough funny business going on at A that he can slink out.
赢1输1，所以也不多钱。
Didn't like that one.
Yeah, snappy.
But somebody blocked somebody when they were throwing that smoke.
Yeah.
So I think that's where their frustrations are. They just flubbed the loop.
打慢的打不赢，要抢快了。
Takes down Snappy, trying to make a fast play here.
Oh, we need a recovery, and Madden might be the man. Again onto Brolan, winning that head-to-head clearly.
歹徒这一次蛮关键的，这个他敢不敢自己推，还是他垫后而已？
A lot of utility invested into this defense.
Another smoke, right? So this one's hit the molly. It's nowhere near how you'd want it to be. That should be more mid-ramp to give you something to work with.
How many have they got left? 1.
Yeah, 2.
Some Pious equipped, and Diha as well. Okay.
The thing is, even though Madden got that kill, hyper aggressive, jumping up on the sand. Here's the boost.
看到啦，好烂的碟啊
！No smoke needed this time. We've seen this before, but Brolin's in the grave.
Yeah.
Let's just execute A.
It must be.
Smoke left, right, molly headshot, go. There's left.
Yeah, here goes
right. Not far away.
And now we're looking for the good night as they try and get this bomb down. Good positioning and spray. Yeah, betrays Alexi. Diha returns fire to the tracers, and everyone's a bit loud. But bomb goes down, and advantage ends. Looking for their 4th.
I feel you have to save if you're NIP here. It's still early on in the half to go for a round like this, no disadvantage. As soon as Hedrick leaves the site there, and we can see with X-Ray that the execute's coming, at that point, unless you're NIP and you're happy to flash and push through those smokes and cause the chaos while the bomb's going down, you're really going to have a tough time winning a retake or even just winning that post-plant scenario altogether.
And you think about like the way that extra kill was spamming as the smokes came through. Would you suggest that it's even at that point, as the smokes come in, you just start moonwalking out of there? Like
well, you can have 2 approaches because if you're not playing like you can play
前面那个贴纸怎么那么像 Fnatic 啊
right?
还是他自己的
You can play retake, which is something we saw in very early Vertigo. NIP back with Threat would have those like top ramp smokes, but there's still things you can do, right? You can do the crane one way, you can smoke offshore, you can play the retake and try and isolate the amount of angles, or you can do the 3rd option, which is as they start to plant, your flashes coming through, maybe you have some defensive utility to block off one of the choke points, maybe a molly towards sandbags, and everyone comes out with the flashes and just and it's chaos, right? It's a bit more of a coin toss.
By design.
Yeah, exactly, because you're taking advantage of that guy planting the bomb. You're removing that individual from the play.
Which you need for, you know, the equal number for the maths to work out.
Snappy's up this time. I'm not sure if he was spotted. Brolin flashed off the line, and you'll have to assume that. The gap smoke will hold Snappy's push at bay for now, but it won't stop Brolin's. He's swung wide. Really want to jostle and joust for this control here.
Brolin got a lot on his plate.
他敢这样一直出来进来出来进来出来进来。
Snappy walks into Hedrick, perhaps a little bit of a bait and switch as the AWP in a prime position to do damage. He's trying to give him that smoker so as to have something for a potential extinguish. And here comes Nerds this time out mid. And that's Madden's caught Hedrick on that short push. So this is the standoff right now. Nerds trying to catch that perfect window. Oh, config with that AK. Flattens Nerds' advantage for the CTs. Only for a moment. Madden's fragging up again. Up and over the smoke, looking for more bloodshed. Clear out short, keeping Diha safe, and bomb will go down. Last few flashes raining in.
有没有比赛比到一半掉下去啊？
Give this one a look in.
这不是会掉下去吗？
It's 3-on-3, so they probably will. But as soon as one kill comes in against them, they'd probably be done.
Okay, good flash. It wards off some pyres. They get info on the AWP. It's Diha sandbags. Rez responsible for sure. And that's a big headshot. Alexi finds it too. Diha, can you come up? Clutch. 1, 2. Teaching us how to count and clutch. Diha has done it. A 1 versus 3. And it's with style. Lovely. Doesn't even raise a fist. Just a cheeky smile, perhaps creeping onto his face. 1v3, 4, 5.
You can see how difficult it is to win a retake on that site. They even had a 2-man number advantage in that situation, right? Alexi B's kill, that was a wallbang apparently. So I'm interested to see how that one came in, but Diha just dancing around the sandbag right there. Rez was the man getting off the deal with shot, and Madden loves that. He's been a menace over towards that A side of the map time and time again. They really have to put a leash on him, and maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what DJL, he's not delivering anything besides a speech right now to rally the troops. He's going to get himself online, activated, and get the boys here. He did it again. He did that. Okay, he's done that. He did that with the rifle before, as they were trying to take that round.
视讯等到刀了。
Cool, more stylish way. Pure ball bang headshots. And yes, some Pius you can see just tutting his tongue upon that one. But Diha keeps him in it. Lovely clutch. Really nice and convincing stuff. Let's not forget that this has been essentially, what, 5? I can't say on the drop. There was 1 CT round sandwiched in there. But other than that, yeah, it's all been one-way traffic. NCT side definitely taking shape. They're starting to feel themselves, and it's going to only spell trouble for NIP in this one. Just keeping it conservative.
我要去拿一下我订的饮料，真的太渴了。
Shouldn't be too much to be getting excited about. At least not for the ninjas.
No, but maybe Snappy. He could farm up a little bit on this Mac 10. You could just see.
太渴了。
easily as well. They're finding one
我
or
刚刚怎么
two
切
picks, so
视窗
let's
了
keep trying. The other is you're giving them, you're conditioning them hard, and now you know when the next gun round would be the perfect time to change it, to change the pace. Just as they go, okay, guys, we have to change something. We have to be more aggressive here. We have to bring 4 players here. We need to do a whole different setup. And then you change it because we're now in deep waters, right? We are in very deep waters here.
They've gone for the blame. So
if they can't profit anything off of this, because this is where it has been more jarring on these lower buys, the MP9 round, where the pistols are at, it's a little bit more in their place. Yeah.
Yeah, Config, he's been set up for success on this one. How aware is Dita of that move, Sandro? Not ready for it. Perfect fight. Good conversion, but short presence and pressure is coming. Madden to pincer in.
像 NIP 的那，不，像那欧拉夫那时候电人的那种东西，现在好少看到。
There's no rush here necessarily.
他被自己的射吗？
There seems to be some pep in Madden's step, but Config has done it again. A great catch as Alexi B racks up another head, and only Snappy to try and redeem themselves. Hence, up against just a single rifle, but in the Berserker's hands, it's Config with 2 high-impact rounds to try and give NIP a little bit of life on this
买什么喝？仙草奶茶。
Rez to lock the door behind him.
有一个绕背，这很关键。这一阵太慢了。
But they're trying to bait and switch. Right, exactly. As Config allowed and set up head trick perfectly, the sacrificial lamb for Config's triple. And that will be only 3. Kept to limit by Snappy.
Oh, he can plan.
Considering even more now. Scooping up as a bit of util. The second Molotov will facilitate
the
plant. Rez is already
ah.
around. He's lost it now. He's lost his chance. Oh, how do you... Yeah, Rez. Good close and a big round from Ninjas in Pajamas. I mean, it's got to be Config.
Namely Config, right? Yeah. Definitely. So in the 2 rounds that he's been over to A to start, the MP9 round and now this Silenced M4 round, he's actually been able to stall them out. But the traditional A holders who are there are having a whole lot more of a tough time of things. So you don't want to completely dismantle your CT setup and be like, yo, Config, can you just come over and hold A because you seem to be the only one getting kills? You need to work out, hey, maybe we start doing something a little bit more outside of the box, right? Because, you know, if you're looking at the demos and Config's not normally over towards A, you're not looking for Config's tendencies.
That's true too.
So we're getting more of the same here. Oh, actually a bit more B presence, huh?
Yeah, we got to see at least a bit of the map.
Another Madden onto Brolin head to head.
How many is that now? 4, I reckon?
At least 3.
Okay. Keep tabs.
And track.
1 and keep track.
And he might get a few more here, Madden.
Ooh, he shouldn't, but he does. Alexi B down. Hedrick head on a swivel. Got 2 to worry about. They're jiggling, they're baiting, they're flashing. He should be dead. The Ukrainian lives on. The smoke has kept him covered, but 3 versus 3. And yes, indeed, Chad, we get to see the full B bomb site. Rez to defend it with a very sexy skin. That is the M4 Knight in full display. Can he be heroic himself? Does deliver onto St. Pius. Establishing a boost to try and deny that plant. It's been heard. It's awkward now. Man advantage for the CTs, but they're so low. It could go wrong and has. Nerds 1. Rez shuts him down. Can Snappy come up clutch? It looks good. Onto head trick. Rez would need 4 and Snappy denies. Puts Ents onto 8. And solid work from the Dane, an important double, despite the impact from Rez.
I just checked as well. It is 4 the in-game leader still in the show. The captain of this ship, just closing it out with a clutch, gives them the half win, and they'll even take a timeout. It's really just sailing their way to victory here. I know it's only a 3-round game at the moment, but as I said, it just feels like the composure is putting against the class above right now. There's an entire second half of Counter-Strike still to come. There's still a chance for NIP to make this an 8-7 half. So I might be getting a bit ahead of myself here, but things have gone quite smoothly in a lot of the approaches that Nets have opted to go for.
No, truly very, very impressive. And I think, you know, it's a point you've made, and I feel it's necessary to remind that NIP won the pistol and had very comfortable conversion.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very dominant half with that considered. If you -3 from NIP's haul, don't forget Config just got you 1 for a single M4.
Yeah, precisely.
I mean, they haven't got much to boast.
No, that is a very good point. And traditionally, some of the disqualifying factors in a best-of-1 desk conversation.
That
right there is basically, hey, they sucked in the gun rounds, and they have a bit of a pimp, especially a cosmetic scoreline.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a bit of a change.
我发现他们都会丢烟雾给别人。
It's the AWP of Headtrick.
不是重点，他怎么会拿冲锋枪自己在那边白目啊？还是这把很强
Can these three riflers
MP9
unison? And I say riflers. Poor Alexi has to use an MP9.
Vision restored, and Madden's coming and gunning for you.
Not again.
He's got Alexi. That's the trade from Brolin. You love to see. For NIP. Rez onto D here as well. How's he pulled that one from?
He was still aggressive B. He stayed on wood the entire time, which traditionally, right, when you're at a minute left on the clock, if the CT is still up there, that's quite a confident maneuver.
他自己守这里好像没有人推得过来。
So Rez has now dropped back passively into the side. They're going to have to quickly work out these boosts, and sound keys are being made. So you can see here this has happened a few times.
There's no way that's heard. I think Rez is all right, or too far away rather at that angle. But they've boosted one up, and then they can get two boosts simultaneously. Oh, he spots out the head and deletes Nerds. Good tap. Small target. And onto Snappy as well. Rez. It's a name we haven't been saying an awful lot of, but 12 kills to 5. He's a matching config in terms of pound-for-pound delivery.
Sucks having to retake the A side every round, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's for real.
But it looks like Zenfires will just want to hold on to this AWP to buy into round number 15 coming up next. But a good one from NIP. Has warded them away from A for long enough to force them towards that B presence. And if you were going to have a change-up for ENCE, this would be the time. This would be the time. This would be the time to throw something, you know, either a bit more set-piecey, a pace change, more mid or B-focused out the gate, maybe both. The world is Snappy's oyster right now.
他这把 M4 是什么？好像蛮好看的。
Yeah, see, a minute on the clock, still up towards that wood position, and another really good shot here for Rez. I was just trying to listen to hear if I could see what they were calling, but we were looking at the Dalmatian. So, you know, the plus is cute.
第二个火有必要这样扭啊转的吗
？Replay, that's the same round.
Yeah.
Frag.
他刚刚丢火太帅了吧
He ran through a molly there as well.
But the audacity for Rez to go straight
骑
back to
士
that
很贵。
and it pays off. This is going to be a pretty solid half, albeit with the caveats we've already outlined. But 7, and not to be snubbed at, this is a competitive game from NIP, especially if they can wrap up with that second pistol round. Of course, conversation when we get.
They're going to explode, I think, Alex. It looks like no, maybe just.
Oh, they're going through. Rez tested, and again he's passing. A double kill. It could be more. He needs to reposition. He needs to reload. No.
哇，这样还没死啊！
Headtrick in support now. He just looked away. Oh, he looks like a muppet now. Madden slaps him down, and more to be found. Into the site. Madden got a glimmer in his eye as he looks to try and find 9.
They've been given a breath here. Nerds went down the flank. It didn't continue. They've rerouted.
This could get awkward.
看他队友不知道为什么站在原地不动，好扯哦。
Madden uses his very well. Onto Rez to finish. Can Sunpius handle this? Surely they overwhelm him. Only one. Found a second, too much to ask as it's config to close and recover. As a 2v4 did look competitive to wrap up the half. A 7th secured and Rez to thank as we wrap up the half and a competitive one at that.
7比8。 他的枪怎么自己贴拿 V 的贴纸啊，兄弟，有没有志气啊？敢不敢贴自己的贴纸啊？不是，不管对标好不好看吧，让他自己有自信一点吧。不过他们对标是真的丑了，还以为是什么日本武士 我就跟你们说，看要不要跟我合作，贴我的贴纸，像这样沙梗的贴纸，对不对？看贴在哪里。有没有？这贴在这个枪上，有没有？整个质感都出来了。你看，贴在这手套上面。有没有CS-GO帮我做一个贴纸？谢谢。对我这贴纸比他们很多战队的好看多了，好不好？你自己凭良心讲一下，我这贴纸，他们很多人的贴纸比我丑，好不好？我这个算好看的了，这一张，哎，到底要暂停多久啊？在打 NBA 是不是啊？中场还要休息啊？什么小学生终于买得起贴纸？在讲什么东西
8-7 on the half, 1 round separating ENCE and NIP, and ENCE with the smallest of margins here. Vertigo starting to heat up with the late resurgence of NIP on their CT side. They got the pistol, and they got a couple of late rounds here to make this one a whole lot more competitive. I've joined by Machine, and we're going to bring you this second half of action. Now we're going to get to see the attack of the Ninjas, and, well, ENCE's turn to defend. Maybe we'll get a little bit more variance in the second half.
Oh, God, is that real?
That is real.
Oh, I'm looking at the second stream, or the main stream, or the A stream, or whatever we're calling it. The other stream.
The nightmare.
Oh, it's horrific. I can't believe that's real.
Look away.
Sweet Jesus, let's focus on what we can. Control, right? Serenity now. Says Nertz as he's got himself a lot of smokes to obscure his view. He's actually using them to hide within, wait for his teammates, and now pushing together off the flanks for Conte ready. Still allowed to reposition.
Oh, no.
He's absolutely lost himself to an early grave. And hence now really hoping Madden can hit some shots because, well, no, he's gone. Nertz has not got the health for this. And NIP are going to leave with both pistols, Chad. Like, that could add up to 16. Just like that.
And that could be enough to get it done, right? I spoke about, you know, we're talking about in the desk, in the post-mortem, if you win both pistols and still lose the game. Well, if you win both pistols and you win the game, I'll tell you, it gets framed in a whole much nicer fashion there. So great stuff for NIP. And Config again is, look at Snappy. Oh, no, 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 no. At that point, you know exactly what you've done.
他给我用火影的图啊来搞耍的啊，杀50-12次的这位仁兄到底在干嘛？兄弟，你到底在干嘛？火影哥。
He knows how important that second pistol was, considering maybe this force.
还把钱花光啊，买 Ego 啊，不要浪费钱呐。
Yeah, you know, we got a couple of these individuals who like to bring out.
他还在给我浪费钱呢。
Hiding in that smoke is Madden. Oh, a perfectly timed straight from Brolin.
There's that head-to-head.
Oh, you're right. Brolin one back to the target. One in a second onto Snappy as well. It's the perfect weapon for the job. A lot of exposed heads, no helmets, couldn't afford it. Perfect Mac 10 to cut them down to size.
Now, we've had this conversation in the first half for ENCE in rounds that they should be sweeping under the rug. The same conversation right now for NIP. They've done the heavy lifting. They've withstood the initial aggression. Now they can layer on their util and make things easier on themselves.
Heard that. Brolin's coming for you. Sun Pius, that naked head. Oh, and now dead. Brolin hits it, jumping. And the rest should fall into place quite nicely.
All right, well, the save here for Nertz and Diha. They'll dip off and try and hold on to what they have, but looks like NIP have a flawless round ahead of themselves here. And that's thanks to Brolin grabbing himself 3 big kills on that Mac 10. Yeah, I didn't want to know the scoreline of the match. It's kind of a shame.
It is a
shame,
especially considering how magnificent first game they've had.
They outdid me and the boys. We lost 16-1 in Katowice 2014 to Kenny. I think. Well, obviously it wasn't just Kenny.
That would be very embarrassing.
Yeah, Titan versus Vox. That's not the game I talk about against Titan.
No.
No, I usually.
The other Renegades.
Yes,
right,
exactly.
Yeah. So,
I don't know who Vox M are. And we lost on Nuke. We definitely didn't have yard smoke.
but you got around.
We did get around.
Who was responsible for that round?
怎么有人杀40-14啊？更惨啊！
That is a
哎，这两个用动漫图的都是来搞的哎。
Wants to be hit.
Yeah.
哎，不对，他们怎么全部都给我用动漫图啊？每一个。
I reckon it was Chatty B. That's what I was guessing.
We could say that.
I'm going to.
I like it.
Yep, I've already a lot. It's come out of my mouth. Let's go. As Nertz is going for some aggressive B stairs control. You can see that Rez is going to be his counterpart on the other side of things. If he really Lexi B joining him as well. So you can see there's a very stark contrast to NIP's T-side approach already, just out of the gate.
Yeah, there's multiple bomb sites in there. Now, that to be fair, Ents early had a bit more variance.
Yeah.
It was just with the gun round.
He did catch him off. Nertz gets away the bait. Maybe they won't clear Madden.
Oh,
double! That is beautiful. I love it.
Oh, look at the reactions. You can see down the line from Bronze.
各种捡枪了，各种捡枪了。
The tongue, the tongue, the sigh.
Oh boy, yo! I mean, we talked about that. The idea of getting all the conversions. This was supposed to be a gimme, and now you've just thrown 3 Galils into Entz's hands and a round on top of that.
That right there should have been them. Getting up to double digits first.
Just didn't expect 2 of them.
I can't believe
Clever
that.
bait, right? Nertz was just like demanded to go crazy, be loud and be weird.
But it's not even Madden's position. It's the player that was Wood, right?
Yes.
So Nertz draws them in. He gets traded. The player Wood now drops everybody. Think about it. Your crosshair was on Nertz. Now it's just flicked up 90 degrees and up.
Yeah.
Right. And now you get shot in the side of the head by Madden. You're not even ready for it.
That's cool. Really cool, like force buy-ish straps. You can apply it, but of course it wasn't even an investment.
Look how long he's been held at bay as well. That's the last piece they have to lock out. And the last piece, oh, I thought they needed. Snappy doesn't convert that one, but I'm sure some buyers will. And there it is.
Jeez.
Yeah, so Ents, they'll be taking that. But this is where the game, you can start to have a real conversation about what happens next. Because this is a tipping point in this matchup right here. Because if you do see a force buy from NIP, considering their finances, and they lose this, the next round will be an eco. That's Ents up to 11 as we catch that back in the replay. It's going to feel real good. And, well, maybe not so much on the other side, those reactions. You can see them trying to keep them quite micro tilt, but that sinking feeling.
I mean, unavoidably, a terrible round to lose.
Yeah,
it's just, you're gonna feel that one.
Look at Ents. They have 3 Galils on the CT side.
And now, if they win this round now cleanly, like out aiming AKs with Galils, that's gonna really add salt to the wound. Limited resources in terms of util for this one. They've still got smokes, but I don't see a single flashbang left for NIP. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them on the way into B.
Good space,
this is huge. This is promising.
他准心都不是瞄在那个头位耶。
Well, how does he get in?
有种哎。
Oh, and that's one way to do it. Diha flattened config, equipped with that one-shot headshot, and making good use of it. That's a great set of util.
Hard retake now.
Yeah, they've done a very good job of getting to this point. Nertz actually, by crouching, didn't catch the cross of Alexi. A crossfire set up and established by Rez and config. NIP in pursuit of double digits.
This is a big round.
And it's coming their way. St. Pius, however, on the way back in. Config down. Rez first contact, supported by Head Trick. Has that AWP. Flash and smokes are in. Big from Rez. Madden claws it back. Time sensitive. St. Pius, another on the orb. Alexi can't stop him, can't disrupt him. Madden diffusing. And
他 KDND 不是没有道理的哎。
Shambles.
Oh, that is a very hard retake on that.
怎么看起来那么烂啊
St. Pius getting that pick with the AWP. That was the way to get back in and turn it from a 4-on-4 situation into a number advantage config. The Cano
没有开导播，我不知道导播是哪一颗钮，哪一颗？啊，我知道，我重连，然后我就不要动。我重连，然后不要乱按，就是应该是导播视角。
It was a 4v4, so yeah, but give them a way back in. So a bit of an over peak in that
是吧？
situation.
我不知
They
道
had。good util, they had good crossfire, but yeah, as soon as it
这导播视
started
角
to
吗？
topple, it really did go, didn't it? Oh, interesting. A little successful bait has given space to middle. Config the one to force the shot, and
They'll explode here. Take a look at this. Alexi with a smoke in hand and Brolin with that Molotov. Now Brolin's position, if we take a quick look. He should be, yeah.
我要怎么开导播视角？
Oh, they've changed their mind. I thought it was going to be the mid split where it
有人
throws
知
the
道吗？
Molotov through the floor.
导播视角要从哪里开？
No, they are. They are going to run with it. Now, traditionally at a blast event, this wouldn't be allowed, but it is a major, so it's all good.
Right, and the beauty of this is it stops the main response to mid presence in that elevator.
干，我轻松多
Not
啦
really seeing it just yet. Instead, loud steps on those boards.
Like this.
Yeah, seems good. He's going to set himself up with a smoke to peek around.
两边都是这个动漫歌在搞另外一边也是最烂的动漫歌。
Yeah, they don't have to commit to A here either. They can head on back towards B, which looks like their option. Madden doesn't have a lot of information here. Diha could get overwhelmed at any moment. B's essentially open. He's having to caretake middle and B right now. Diha in between two mines. Roland's being found, so they're clearing out A, responding with defensive utility.
Oh, Sampaios did get caught by config mid, but still hits the shot necessary. And Diha, he shouldn't have any issues. At least not onto red. It's Alexi B's Galil that still it has a chance. 20 seconds. A plant would be nice, but yeah, hoping for an extra kill in the mix. Trying to play that fade. They know he's faked it out and walking through. What a shot onto Madden Nerds, maybe. Gonna be close to the generators. 8 seconds as he confirms off the bomb, and he's coming for you. He needs both kills. Oh my god, imagine. They were both on his screen, Chad.
Just jumping around with Sampaios.
Different universe.
Yeah, a bit of a knife in the hand.
Bloody hell.
And timeout to be called here. So another conversation chance. And Sampaios got caught off guard in a couple of fights here. You can see leaping out towards middle against the pistols. Fortunately for Diha, he did a great job on this. I don't envy the position Diha finds himself in. That's what this is the like. However you brand yourself as a player at home, if you're an anchor, then you have to have some kind of mental that I think a lot of other players don't have, because it's so uncomfortable sitting in middle like that, knowing how susceptible you are to room on both sides of things. So a really good job from Diha. I know it was against a lighter buy, but still a necessary round for ENCE to convert. And, well, now a timeout called, the third in total for NIP so far in this map. And this is just to discuss what that next gun round is going to bring. So it's going to be plentiful AK-47s. I think Headtrick is also going to have to be wielding a rifle here. No AWP available for him. And this is the thing, we were with ENCE's approach towards A. Well, it's one dimension.
进攻方如果再输一局就
with the gun round so far.
就要 A 口了
conversation about them being few and far between starts
A
to
口
crop up
完
in
就
again,
13
right?
了
Both pistols with some
就
conversion.
这一
So
局
you have
干
five
这一
in
局
total
应该
across
是这一
both
场
halves.
最关
But
键
as
的
far
一
as the
局
gun rounds go, it still has to be said that ENCE have been better in those gun rounds so far.
Yeah, undeniably. I mean, we talk about and use the word cosmetic
这次边
comeback
线很
with
重要呢
the way the pistols have gone. Yeah.
他打一个
certainly do look like the
他打一个预测流诶，先背闪躲招才往前。
Go and walk about. You can see his flight path, his potential crosshair placement, and a re-smoke provided as they actually erect a boost silently. Who is that? Yeah, Nerds. I was gonna say could be caught off, but no, straight through the boards and an opening.
他一直在打投机耶
Continues to cause a ruckus.
这个边线仔一直在打投机耶
Just took contact at the same time elsewhere, and every single
就
one
很赌，
of
他
those
打法都
ninjas
很
died.
赌的。我赌这边我背着走，不会，你不会直接架，会丢闪。赌那边我背着走，然后就被抓了。
Well, Alexi thought he spotted something, but baited in. Nert's still up close and personal. Will grab another, and it puts Config in a position where he needs to 1-on-5 if they want to stay alive in round 21 or 12, which will become a 3-round lead for ENCE not too far away. And there it is. Nert's is starting to feel himself a little bit more in this second half, climbing up that scoreboard. 13 kills in total right now.
Yeah, they're definitely the good vibe brigade. 2-on-2 with the forward smoke.
Okay.
The Zywoo, I'm guessing, is glaive, you know?
Yes, what we would
他刚才输了，这场一定要锁。
So I can tell you guys, they're going to play a 2-on-2. Forward smoke.
Okay.
I think Sampaios might even play towards short with the AWP.
It's a good guess, Chad. It looks like we're going to be seeing the hampers thrown out. That's the forward smoke, I would imagine. And Brolin in response throws one under the boards.
Wait, where's the Zywoo? I got overcalled by
那个烟是哪一招？
He wanted to. Or did Snappy say he was going to do the Zywoo?
Yeah, maybe. He said it was his choice. He went for a look and doesn't have anything to report. So now you can see the B defenders going to get tested. It is, gosh, that's quite the deal, isn't it, actually? Trying to break past Nertz and Diha. Right. Setting each other up.
Yeah, good luck.
Jeez Louise. Yeah. Oh, try and get past him. Brolin has a go. Nertz is farming 3.
A triple from the Israeli and more perhaps to come. Headtrick, he's going to have a go. It is just P250s, Tech 9s, just walking into their demise. And Sammy trying to steal one.
Oh! Hold on.
Yeah, D-Hill will get it done. And there's St. Pius for the cherry on top. On fire, Ents ablaze, 13 in the bank.
All right. Well, another gun round again for NIP to come out. That was just a light investment here, but some handy shooting. Now,
这场再输就没了
hasn't made the call yet,
但
so
再
I
输
don't
就
know what
14，
they're
然
going
后
to
下一
do
回又
on the
没
CT
选
side
就
of
直
things,
接
but
15
the attack needs to start searching for something, and the way to search is an AWP. They're having a real good time over there on the end side of things.
我这边线哥
Oh dear.
2-1. Excuse me, 2-on-2.
Yeah, and aggressive on B while they're more passive on A here, so they're allowing. Oh,
边线哥又要自己摸了，你看。
Forced him out, but it's actually led him straight out.
He got there real quick.
他可不可以打一点配合
You
啊
know, some people kind of take their time to make sure you're not going to slip off that pixel.
And they re-aggress again, just ready to play off of each other. This has looked really good. The wombo combo, the teamwork that Ents have displayed, some individuals hitting some big shots, sure, but the flashes, the peaks, right? The way they're setting themselves and each other up, this is really nice CT half so far.
Convincing.
Yeah, and with a 2-man advantage, it should be 14.
Headtrick trying to be a difference maker. Not to say his name too much, and well played from Snappy. Okay, onto Headtrick as well. Clean as you like. 1 versus 5 for Rez. Just a little bit too much to ask. That is 6 rounds in a row.
没了，没了，没拳，他只能拼平手了。不然这一把他硬起了，他们很尴尬，这个钱硬起，没办法出，没办法丢完整的弹。
One and a bit hands.
I'm having a go now. I'm.
纯吧。
And even then, wasn't one of those rounds where Config had a saved M4 and the rest were on a partial?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that in that stage is just having 5 rifles seems to be less conducive with victory for them.
So what you're saying is, DJL in this last timeout now should be saying, listen, boys, I only want a few of you to buy rifles, and I want some of you to buy pistols.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see if anyone's willing.
See, I was just looking at what's coming up next year, and I know maybe I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but this feels like it's heading in its logical conclusion, as well, I can let you know, next game here on the B stream is Gamer Legion taking on Mongols.
不是，他们打起来感觉没什么章法，你知道吗？你看刚刚全员在 A 点，然后那个那个什么 4 lane 那个还是要自己去摸，看不懂他的意思是什么哎。
Anko, Snappy sprayed down towards the tarpaulin. He's chipped away at Brolin's health and
they're going to push.
They are. He's going for more. Again with this setup. Brutality. He gets away as well.
They might fight again. Yeah, they'll continue. They'll clear this out. Why not?
Oh, a nice one from Headtrick. Alexi under the smoke. This is going to be a one-way. Should be a free frag. No, it spots that config. A nice response. The Dane delivers.
It's weird that it's Nerds there, so they have to know that there's some hijinks going on in this round here, NIP.
St. Pius is here, scoped up, and I don't know if it's been heard. He's kept it long enough that Madden can perhaps leave him to it.
Diaz gambling here as well. So really feeling like this will be the A finish as NIP come back now towards the forklift room, looking for a new avenue of assault. And Diha, again, finding himself in this awkward position where he has to worry about any players that could have slinked in towards B during this. He's going to hunker down and focus on middle. Now the bomb, fortunately, not on Headtrick. It's on Alexi. If it was on Headtrick and he was planning, Diha had a HE to deny that.
This is where you've previously pointed a lot of credit to Diha because playing this position while also simultaneously being responsible for B, like
the conversation is B's open.
Yeah, it's his judgment though. When does he consider that he might want to take a glance? Wait for the full retake.
Yeah, now he'll consider it.
Right.
Oh, and they flood that too.
There's a nice warning for him. Actually gets his HE out just in time. Alexi B, just a tiny light scab on his knee. Oof, and Headtrick again. There's a lot of impact from the Ukrainian on this one.
Enough. That might just be enough.
They've got so much cash. Why wouldn't they?
What
the? Oh, dear! Madden snaps straight into
太棒了！
我们耿哥上场一个杀5个。
Up against Sampaio, opts for the rifle, catching him on the reload. Warning shot fired. Dancing, good placement of the crosshair. Config, speed round. Can he close it? Low on health and low on hope. It's 15 thanks to Sampaio.
Oh, and you can just see Config there just cursing out the world. Sampaio, I didn't realize he was a god with the flashes as well. I know you shouldn't look at the sun. I didn't know his flashbangs were. That one came on in, sets Madden up for the double, and then they come in and scoop up that one-on-one. Because that flash comes in, bang, in towards the fight. Alexi flash to the side, head trick, trying to cover off that flank, and they're just dancing with him. Sampaio showing him how they do it in Spain. Giving NIP a little bit of pain, 15-9 right now.
Wow. Yeah, it's frustrating. Because he knows just how much of a different game it looks like.
他们最后那一个到底要什么时候可以破10支啊？天哪！
But off that flash, that double from Madden, the rest is history. A 1v1, Config couldn't close, and now, well, 6 opportunities.
A very light little bit of damage there for Brawl on that nade. You could see the trajectory a little bit deep.
Sampaio is going to go looking. Brolin aware. Okay, that comes too easy. Sampaio straight to the head. Rez responds. Good angle for it. That was brave and
a lot of info.
brazen. Rez with a double. And the lot spotted. Full rotation away. And yeah, it looks like Rez is having a round here, folks. A triple from the Swede finally puts the rest, but the damage is done. No more from Nerds. How has he gotten away with that? 13 points of health, and he has support in D-Hut. This is going to be a tilter if they really end it here. Only Config. Onto Nerds, sure, but now looking for more. It's D-Hut to close. And it's all done now, 16-9. And a GG indeed. Not going to be feeling great for Alexi and co.
Oh, what a performance on that T side. I have to again, the man in the middle of the screen putting his shoes back on, giving out the fist bumps at the same time. Madden
开场打2个输掉，没救了。这个 IP 真的是没救了。
or picked him over towards that A ramp. It was influential in that first half, and we.
NIP 没救了，我跟你保证。
Over in Mexico,
这边是什么比赛？这边在打什么
？Watching into the demos, definitely saw what helped them stand out on top of just demon aimers. Like these guys are so.
F 叉是我预估0-3的，3败淘汰的。
Just earlier today, and I was like, man, even he is making some players he peaks look like chumps who are, in terms of stature.
大家一起见证我的预测准不准？
Here we go with weapons in hands. See what Fluxo can offer up. It's going to be Phelps at the helm, quickly up connector, opening kill, a chance at a second, but Waro, poor Woody, gets popped in the background. Lukowski comes back to recover. Sumdai Young stuck on an aisle. But Lukowski does double back towards B. VSM versus DemQQ, flash off the mark. So
我预测的完全准确。
And now Lukowski unfortunately has a tall order with 3 players left alive and only half of his health.
Yeah, Flash not designed for that close monster play, of course.
The Waro 2K. 2K. Yeah, I was like, wait, huh?
Finally got someone to carry the mantle for Stewie whenever somebody gets a 2K.
That's true. Can't forget about Stu.
But if Bart 4K is Bartak, then Waro can be Warak. Wartak. Wardick.
Cook on. Cook it up. Cook it up.
On.
Cook on, brother.
Keep calm in.
Like Lukowski is right now. Look at to spice up the last 30 seconds of round 3. They've already heard him, Boros. Yeah, that'll if he thinks he has any element of surprise. You got 2 crosshairs trained on you. Fire with fire, said Woody. But he's met Boros point blank, up close and personal. Monty 3-0. Again, what could have been with that opening kill coming out of Phelps in connector. Waro, look at that.
That's beautiful.
That's like 5 bullets, 4 of them headshots.
Yeah, and 2 players on headshot angles with you out in the open, full body showing. Not a scared bone in his body. So, well, what happens now on overpass? When we talk about Fluxo's games, we're talking about 100% of their overpass games played versus specifically against South American competition, not even the NA players, NA teams at the RMR, so very limited in terms of practice. Lost to Picada, actually, in their most recent map. And they lost to Imperial, even though the game was somewhat close, a team that is actually quite good. Even internationally on overpass.
Yeah.
All, you know, Cloud9 at Antwerp. Everyone remembers that. It's still a loss.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that, you know, coming from Monterey, having been there, having watched the teams that arguably could have taken Fluxo's place, it all boils down to that last day of competition where we had Nouns have to play Liquid. You know, Nouns took a map off Liquid, something that I don't think Fluxo could have ever done. You know, we also lost MIBR. There's a couple teams that could have been here in Fluxo's place. That's not the way the tournament ended up. You know, it's not their fault. You can play whoever's in front of you, and they beat that last team in order to qualify, so they're here.
We were high on Fluxo after the showdown last year. I mean,
yes,
they qualified to the fall final. They got stomped there, of course, but I mean, even History, who's like the newest addition to this team, looked very good. I actually don't have a problem with any of these players individually besides Woody. I think just as a team, they're just not playing CS that activates the players that they have in any way that's relevant to modern CS. That's the problem. But I think that's a good prospect. I would rather kind of change my style than have to pick up new players, because I don't think they have to do that. VSM, Lukowski, Phelps, this is a super strong core in my opinion.
Some Die Young sliding out of bathrooms. It's a one and done. Traded back by Woody. This time he will get the trade. Unlike that moment in Connector. DemQQ with the headshot to Lukowski. Not going to get out of Connector or Deep Con. And this is going to leave Waro 2K comfortably in short. He could have sat around, but with his teammate leaving, he's a little cautious about another Connector player. They're rotating up to A preemptively. When Fluxo are making the right call, stack outside of Monster to try and get there first.
Yeah, he's not in a bad spot though, and sometimes I worry about Fluxo because they'll just, you know, negate an angle or forget about it. Here's some damage coming in. They're gonna activate, looks like, with this little bit of information. They'll molly off short as well, which is huge.
Heaven player.
Up top.
Fires through the smoke. AWP from Fluxo's in the background. Boros, Boro, he falls off, so the timing is changed here on the boost. They will still erect it. DemQQ stops bomb plant, and while that boost gets absolutely nothing done, DemQQ is just finding frags up from heaven. So now History, who is hoping to have to be left in a clutch with the op, instead has a 1v3 that feels impossible. And so even with that boost on short side failing more than once, it all gets stopped in its tracks.
Yeah, they had the molly off on short. They used the smoke on site because they had to block off the heaven angle. But of course, they could have planted default with the molly, but weren't fast enough to do that. And when they planted in the smoke, it was easy for DemQQ. And someone needed to punish the heaven peak from the opposite side of pillar if he tried to spam like that, right? As you can see from DemQQ's angle, there's no way for him to cover both options. But no one was ready to punish. Punish even denied the kill. So that one's tough.
I want to take a second to appreciate the new Blast soundtrack. It feels very spiritual.
Subnautica.
Oh, I can't play that game.
Yeah, me too. I get scared.
I've tried it, man. I can't.
I can only play it on stream because then I feel like I have people with me.
Oh. That's why I play horror games in airplanes.
Yes.
I was playing Alien Isolation when I was traveling to the RMR, and I could see out of the corner of my eye that while I'm playing on my laptop, the guy sitting next to me kept, you know, he couldn't help himself but watch, right? You don't see people playing video games on laptops and airplanes very often.
Oh, I've watched entire movies on other people's screens.
Yeah, right? So this guy's watching, and I felt bad because I was like, dude, buddy doesn't know what this is.
Yeah.
You know, and the first time there's like an epic jump scare, I can see his legs just like tense up with me. And I looked over and we both kind of laughed. I just thought, thank God he's here. I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Poor guy couldn't look away. Not enough space to.
Yeah, we've got some new custom soundtracks for this major.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. So we've casted a lot of Blast events in history, and well, I hear the theme song in my sleep more than a few days a week.
But I feel like this one actually makes a great dreamscape.
Yes, for sure. I feel like I could do homework to this music. Yeah, this is hard. And I wonder, so when a player gets cut from a tier 1 team, I always think about this. Where in the market do they see their value, you know? Because even though you got the chance to play from a tier 1 team, you got cut.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes players just vanish. Because naturally, well, you had your chance to play in tier 1. So then is another team going to pick you up for that chance? Feels like most of the time the case is no. That you had your chance, and if you're not good right away, if you're not bid, if you're not Modesty, if you're not Exertion,
get out.
You're gone. But SDY, well, he went to a team with players that we've heard of, that we know are good, but, you know, are all tier 2 and all trying to come up at the same time. And not only has he kind of slotted himself into this roster and been part of a team who have just put up map streaks, have owned in tier 2, have just grinded the hell out of the game, they've got everyone scared. And they also have played such an unreal amount of maps that sort of mirrors what, you know, early Cloud9 Gambit did on their way from tier 2 to tier 1. And he did that with almost no break after Na'Vi, you know?
Right back
into a new project, proved that he could do it again, raise his stock right through the ceiling. And that's an awesome story. Because it's definitely true, and I'm sure a lot of people know that they would have thought, oh, if SDY couldn't do it on Na'Vi, well, maybe we don't see him again.
Did you ever
the case.
Do you ever feel like SDY was the problem with that Na'Vi roster?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think that. I think just like NPL, I don't think he's better than NPL. Or sorry, I don't think NPL is better than him, I should say. I think they both have problems. But no, I mean, I think he was a smart player. He was getting good. I think I personally would have taken Hetrick over NPL personally with the Na'Vi roster as it stands. NPL had a great RMR, so that's nice.
Yes, it is.
But, you know, coming into the final major, it's sort of like, you know, you want the player who's already good, who's not going to be, but it's hard to find another bid. It just doesn't happen that often. So I understand why. It's easier said than done. But no, I don't think he was the problem. I think his intelligence showed.
Always a very intelligent player.
Yeah.
I think he also has the makings of a career player for organizations. People have to remember how long Sumdai Young played for Team Spirit.
Yeah.
You know, he was their long-term investment.
And even on Spirit, I thought he was going to get a chance to play on Na'Vi one day. I thought it took longer than it should have, actually. But he didn't want to join. I think the first time he denied it.
Yep.
He got offered before.
Competed all throughout his university education.
But it just goes to show, sometimes we really hammer home some narratives about players, and it's all true about the player that was that player on that day. But it doesn't create capacity for who that player could become, you know? Because everyone can get better. But we always, oftentimes anyways, get locked up in the idea that, oh, if you're, you know, these last 3 months, that's who you are for the rest of your career.
Right.
But, you know, it takes stories like SDY's to prove that that's not going to be the case. And we're just glad to see them happen and take place.
Back in action. And looking to keep this one as clean as possible. Nice 5-0 start for Monty's CT side. There have been moments for Fluxo, but more hot individuals on the defense thus far. No bomb plants and no full buy here, number 6. Boros goes to try and support DemQQ inside of short side, but they both fall back into the bomb site as the monster smokes come up. This would be a very easy transition for Fluxo if they just want to try and hit monster, and we've got players here inside of water playing with grenades. Boros fully flashed. He's got a MAC-10 gunning him down, and DemQQ with the double kill falls back, draws them outwards, forces Lukowski to chase him deep, and that Tech-9 can't get more, but Lukowski also had the bomb. Phelps tries the same thing, gets hyper-aggressive, takes the fight to them. It's an excellent pounce out of Fluxo to punish what were 2 players caught off guard. But those 2 players that are still up in Waro and Krasnal are better equipped, and now that pop, that energy, it's evaporated.
I think Waro's playing it pretty well from this specific angle because he knows the bomb has to come back up. Krasnal making sure they can't push. Monty will resign here to CT and wait for the bomb to get planted. No further tactics taking place besides patience here from Fluxo. Bomb will now cross up onto the plant. No nades to assist him off of this position. Pressure on Krasnal to get a kill as the rifler in this situation.
Just gets away. Before that peek comes through, Waro with the double. Listen, the fact they grabbed the AK, pulled bomb back into the bomb site, gave themselves a post plant. Had the makings of an upset here for this one. Fluxo pouncing on Boros behind Toxic as well. Didn't even stand a chance in the face of that MAC-10.
Yeah.
And it looked like there was this weird timing with the grenades being thrown back and forth. DemQQ, he gets that nade out, hands are busy. Still at least picks up 2.
They were about to try to clamp down on Monster because they already cleared out short, but almost took too long to organize that. And the one flash that came out, very nice timing from Fluxo, but I think they just wish they had better guns to really capitalize on that opportunity.
Feels like as well, if DemQQ doesn't get both, then that means 1 extra life, and only just even 1 extra player in that situation means that the bomb and the AK aren't in the same hands. Bomb can double back faster, AK can stay in a forward position, cause a problem for the guy up in heaven, but none of that unfolds the way it could have for Fluxo. 6-0 Monty, guns back in for the tease though. And that's at least a little bit of confidence. You were able to make something happen with little. So now that your plates are full, let's see it.
Well, we saw the third 60-0 in major history take place, and genuinely, I think Desk did entertain the idea that this is actually another matchup that could potentially be in the realm, of that score line. Whether or not it's actually 60-0 or not, and that is definitely true. We're already, of course, breaching territory where it's going to be hard to climb back into, but
if Greyhound can do it versus 4s,
then certainly. Monte could do it versus Fluxo. 2 rounds versus Pain. Lots of games where they just fall so hard. Some games where they take over, but we're already past the point where they're simply going to take over.
This chance with the AWP.
Just stays,
Doesn't move, man. Waro 2K. Freed from the shackles of in-game leadership. Happy to just hold the line. Will force the remnants of Fluxo to take long instead. Krasnal with an off angle. It's going to catch Woody off guard, and it's a clean shot. But History will have him pinned in the corner. Can't move. Molly on top of him. This could be a recovery kill, and sure enough, it is. But 35 seconds, we've got still Waro 2K up inside of Connector, not looking to flank or join his teammates on the bomb site yet.
Yeah, and he's just patrolling. He's like, I've got the 7-second rotation downstairs, if anything, and it's already past the point that they can do anything with it. And that's their opportunity.
来看蒙古队。
Shui, lovely conversion onto Blitz. The flash from Kios.
亚洲最强，对，不对，蒙古是亚洲最强吗？还是澳洲？其实我不知道。
This transition out as well. I don't think I expected because he had the flash set up. So, he's given the situation up now, but this is for the half-wall banana smoke.
这把 Eagle 跟我的一模一样。
We'll buy them about 20 seconds off the clock here. Still enough utility for Mongols to execute B. So the next step for them is just to get top banana control and then execute into what we can see is just Kios on this B side of the map. He does have the rotation of IM available here, but it is going to be the long way around from Arch.
蒙古用 Kobe 的图案。
Talking a lot.
真的大家都用动漫图是怎样啊？
He opts to play inside, but the mollies force him forward. Yeah, look at that. Forced into the open, blind as a bat, executed. And now they have the advantage. Into this plant, 25 seconds, no one really in position to disrupt. Maybe now, Hastek has given up some space. Post plant heard annihilation towards Emo, but that's a nice placements of the smoke from the Mongols.
No kit.
Gonna be awkward to get back in. Surely you use that MP9 now, and yeah, it's fallen. That will be enough to try and get away with your M4. Actually, IM's coming and losing every single penny he's spent, as it's only A-Core trying to get out of there, trying to take one more with him. A good tag, Bartak.
There, everyone's dead.
Gonna be vulnerable to that bomb. Everyone coming down with the ship.
硬起有假吗？为什么他们会硬起又有假
？Accepted it.
Echo might go down as well if he takes damage. Yeah, everyone going down. Besides Techno, who apparently bought himself more than enough room.
How did he get that one?
I don't know. He just got out of there quick, didn't he? All right, well, Techno will survive. Felt like everybody was gone there, didn't it? This was the trade from Techno onto Blitz right there. Should we going wide off the flash? Techno coming into the site. A great one there to take down Kios. You discussed exactly how those flames thrust him forward. And, well, here, this means we're going to get into a force buy of Gamer Legions. They're just going to have some pistols to work with, and that's the unfortunate factor. You win the pistol, you lose the follow-up. You're the ones only getting the 1,400 loss bonus, so your follow-up can't look anywhere near as good, especially on that CT side. Can't stimulate the economy with a bomb plant. That's a set of words you probably will never hear in your...
这个人应该是黑皮粉，拿那把 Eagle， 我觉得超丑的 Eagle。会拿那把 Eagle 代表他是黑皮粉。
to do this against G2, so why not do it against Gamer Legion?
Everyone's diligent about it. Everyone's aware. Doesn't matter if you know what's coming if you can't quite stop it. Techno once again going to be trying to open up this side timing utility and a headshot. That is an exception from the 5-7 of Isaac. Hasteka keeps it interesting. And look at that deep CT smoke. Bartak, good catch. Perhaps going to overlook Kios. They know he's typically the B defender. He will be found out. Hasteka gets himself a second.
And it should be the save here.
Dude, I love that deep CT. Like that, just having that in your repertoire, it just feels like whoever was committed to B is on an island now.
And it's a really nice way as well, because it's unlikely that pistols are playing in ruins. At most, they might play coffins and rotate back, but it means that you very likely, if once you win that CT fight, you get better angles for the rifles to fight in towards B. Running in and worrying about first oranges, second oranges, new box, boost, emo, right? I could list them off for days. So yeah, a well-handled round here from Mongols, especially when you don't really know what the force looks like exactly, right? Do they have SMGs? What are the pistols? You know, it's a nice way to deal with it from the Mongols. They'll get themselves 2 consecutive rounds here. But you bring up a good point. So let's paint the pitch for everybody in terms of the CT setup and maybe where Mongols are looking for weaknesses or sites to be exploited, head-to-head matchups. You're going to have the likes of Kios over towards the B-bomb site with Shui. A-Core's the AWPer, so he gets a lot of freedom, right, in terms of where he wants to take the picks. You might see him arch, aggressive hauls, over towards short, maybe opening up over towards B. If you caught the G2 game a little bit earlier, you might have seen Monacy consistently moving around, so expect some similar plays out of the likes of A-Core. And then you're going to have locking down more over towards that A-bomb site of Isaac, and then I don't want to say his name wrong, because this is the thing. I would say Ime, but the problem is the way that they do the end is very particular. So you've got to be careful with the end. So we'll just go with IM, because I don't want to upset the Romanians out there.
每个都这样跳啊，没关系啊。
So here he goes, actually descending for an early adventure. Here's IM. And you can see Bartek knife out at this point. Turns over to take the underpass.
They just want to go B again.
I mean, no surprises there, right?
But this is space and information for Gamer Legion. The fact that they're out so far in the second mid, but there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, it feels like
it's good info, but nothing you can do.
Unnecessary damage taken by Blitz. Don't think that's going to have too many ramifications, though. No stress. Everything it should be hunky-dory. As yeah, we're going to be starting to see this kind of full pack enter into B. No sweat on the brow, no players in the sight, so get that bomb down.
这样放比较好吗？
Provided by Blitz.
屁股看到，屁股看到，屁股看到了。
Annihilation's jump spots out the IM stairs. Deeg, no reason to get too stressed about that. One, obviously, is a frag they would like in order to have the exit towards Banana. In fact, it's going to be very locked down. They can just head towards CT.
Yeah, as soon as he spots a couple more here, I think Annihilation might be sending the rest of his teammates packing. And, well, this would be the moment for info. There you go, clearing towards that CT spawn. Gamer Legion might get absolutely nothing out of this.
Oh,
they can't really risk chasing up Banana because of the radius right now. Everybody exiting in the opposite direction. And, well...
Oh,
but we won't say the same as Xargon will take down Kios, trying to find something on the way out the door. 3-1. Good stuff from the Mongols. I wonder if there's anybody in Mongolia still awake watching this one. It's going to be getting pretty late. What would they be? GMT +8? I don't know what the time in... I can't even pronounce the capital city. I reckon Mongolia has more than one time zone.
Do you?
Has to. It's so big. It's 2:30 in the morning. GMT +8, same time zone as Perth, Western Australia.
2:30 a.m. So yeah, it's gamer out.
Yeah, you could be awake.
Yeah, you could be.
And there's a big contingent of Mongolian Counter-Strike players down there, I'm sure, watching this one, anticipating what could be.
Ooh, Annihilation, a little baity release of his crouch key there. Gets Acor's AWP early revealed.
This is something as well that we're going to see from Mongols to the T side, is a lot of these default approaches. When people actually started to take notice, they're like, oh, hold up there, don't just run at you. This isn't like Tyloo. And it's like, well, no, I guess most people weren't paying attention to the Mongols because they're a type of team, especially on like your nukes and your Infernos, they do like being quite default heavy. They'll wait out your util. They'll remove the risk of what your nades could mean. They don't look great necessarily when it gets late because you need to be really poised, and but they're able to pull it off. And Asaka, well, being up and over right now, does maintain this Banana control. Acor's going to walk into this, and well, maybe not. So held at bay by the flames for now. 50 seconds left and looking to knock on the B bomb site once more.
Here they come. 3 here. 3, and Acor's the first to put Asaka down. Big response from Blitz. Surging forward, Acor up and over, slips off, loses his teammate. Shui's gone. Acor has to evacuate.
So low.
Yeah, and that bomb will go down. Isaac and IM are rotating through, but this is going to be one that I think Acor's going to feel out.
But again, they don't have kits, so unless there was one on Shui or Kios that's down in the site right now, they're going to have a rough time getting back into this.
Look how deep that smoke is as well. It's all very well considered. They are really going for this. Feels like an uphill struggle to go for it. 10-second defuse rounds. He probably got 5 seconds before I needed a fuse. Hurry up! Bartak gets them all down. And IM, no hope, no time. Blitz will take it all away, and another round ascribed to the Mongols.
I'd say that's an ill-advised round to go for, considering we're so early. That was only round 5 of this first half of play. Okay, the Na'Vi smoked the one in mid. This is the thing, because so many teams call the same smoke something else. How they name it. They could literally just do like the mid-deep G2 smoke and just call it Na'Vi, which is exactly what they did. This is the one with the gap. Okay, so this is so that you can take that fight in towards second mid. So they've left a bit of a gap on the deep mid smoke. This one here is to at least make them be a little bit more inquisitive of what it can mean. But Bartak with the first in towards Boiler does have to worry about this Kios aggression now, who's been able to slip the net. So undetected Kios, how much damage can he do? Blitz, not ready for this. Or is he? Looking the right way. Blitz, the in-game leader, ready for everything.
Strong clear. Far too aware. Grandmaster Blitz.
We never did have that chess match between Henry and Blitz, so
next time.
Yeah, hopefully. There's 2 players noted on A right now. Blitz will take down Acor on the jump. And well, they could just waltz in towards B if they would like. Blitz just standing and delivering a fight. This still could a little bit scary. That's the bomb isolated mid and can't land the shot. So the round should be done and dusted now. They know where Isaac is. 5-1. Good start.
Very good start. I mean, I'm not going to poke the bear, talking about how much of an advantage did they have against G2? 11. I
think he said 11-6.
11-6, 11-7. I just want to kind of get an idea, and I think it was their T side as well.
It was the T side that was strong. It was the CT side where they struggled.
Right. So in that sense, like this, things are going to plan for the Mongols. They need to have a good haul on the T side and know that they can kind of eke it out the rest on that defense.
So this is the thing. Let's say that they need to get 9, exactly like they were able to get against G2. They're still going to have to put in a lot of work on their CT half because they only managed 2 CT rounds against G2 when we saw them play earlier. As you can see, quick little technical issue. We'll get that one done and dusted for everybody at home ASAP. And remember, if you want to check out the main stream that's going on right now, Blast TV, all that action available there, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. We've got Monty taking on Fluxo right now, and Monty with a very difficult opening game to start off this one against that of FaZe. Now find themselves with a bit of a grace here against Fluxo, who got blown out of the water by countryman Pain as their kickoff match of the Challenger stage. And so that's the action between both the streams currently. And you should maybe do what they're doing. Hydrate, fuel up. Well, I don't know, maybe if you go to bed soon, stay away from the caffeine. The water's good.
How long does
caffeine take to hit your system?
How long does it take to get out of your system?
Yeah, that's a good question too. Like, how long? How does it last? Like, how long does it like actually last?
I don't know.
F 叉一定被打爆的 ，F 叉是我预估会0-3的哦，不用看。
Half-life of
6 hours. It's been reported in my headset.
4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
Between the two.
All right.
Damn.
I know if you do like exercise and then you want to go to bed, normally that keeps you awake for like 2 to 3 hours.
It does? Oh, I can imagine like.
Depends, like, well, no, because your heart rate's still going a bit, you know, you're all elevated.
Like
and
fight or flight's been engaged.
It's like when you finish work and you want to, and it's late and you want to go home and go to bed immediately. You can't because your body just won't let you. It's like, well, I haven't decompressed yet.
Yeah.
Okay, we must be getting back into things here because I can see a bit of a chit chat from the coach right there. And I can confirm that we are in a Gamer Legion tactical timeout. Ash on one side, Mara on the other.
很多人的广告都是我，各位。
From Gamer Legion so far, and it's going to come in round number 7. And this is just to discuss the state of the finances, which is fantastic. They can buy, they can get the AWP out on A-Core, they can get out all the rifles, all the U2, all the good stuff, but it's how do they want to defend here? Do they have a little move that they want to make? Do they think they need to fight for a little bit more tooth and nail for this banana control? Because that has been a key to the Mongols here, just executing in towards this B bomb site time and time again.
转，一直甩，一直甩刀。
Get all those answers and more.
甩爽没？甩爽没？转爽没啊？什么东西
He didn't throw the furious smoke to extinguish and go for a car peek. So just there to lob out some U2 and hold for a push because they have shown Mongols in the G2 game earlier today and already so far in this half they like to do some of these more explosive plays once they get the top banana. They even did one against G2 earlier where they just like all naded sandbag from behind half wall and just went with flashes. So we'll see if they want to keep that variance of the pressure of B up, but banana control will be completely under the remit here of Gamer Legion. Good patience from Shui to wait out that smoke, and well, as it blocks off the base of banana, that deal has been signed. Now, the traditional response from the T should be looking for top mid. Long smoke, short flash, and they'll be able to at least force the respect of Gamer Legion. So they're going to leave A-Core's AWP to solo defend B. If he misses a shot here, he's in a lot of trouble.
哎呦，差点那边乱动死掉。
With a bit of movement, inaccuracy, and can't get anything out of his hands. Finally does so, and it's, well, considerable damage to Hasteka. A-Core calls for aid. You can see the beacons are lit. Shui and Kios are going to be on their way.
Enough for a full execute here and plenty of time to organize this. 33 seconds left on the clock. They're going to get behind the smoke, and here comes the explode. Boost to deal with, all back at the side. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, not going to be easy. Full flash to try and catch it, because time is a sensitive mission for the Mongols. Kios, double kill. Look at this peek around the smoke. They weren't expecting that. Expecting a full perfect smoke, but instead a gap. And it leads to Gamer Legion second.
I wonder if that hit Kios or if they just missed through it.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah, because that's massive from Kios to shut things down. So they rotate very well here. I also, like with A-Core, when you see him hang around, here it is. Okay, so it didn't make the sound cue that it hit him. It must have just been a misthrown smoke, which you can't be doing that. You can't be missing a sitter like that, and it unfortunately does seem to be quite a common occurrence, but Shui happy with that one. And trying to lift the mood here. As we discussed a little bit earlier in the day, Inferno at the moment is considered a T-side map. And we're thinking Mongols need to get themselves to the same benchmark they did against G2. That was 9 T-sided rounds. They've got enough cash to go again. If you're looking at it from the Gamer Legion perspective, They win 1, maybe 2 more of those depending on the plant situation, and they can break the economy of Mongols here.
这场看完就睡吧，太累了，今天太累了。
Is it just going to be one and done, or is it going to be consecutive rounds here? Aggressive. A stacker with the AWP here. Standing, burning, and then we'll be dropping back to exchange the weapons here. So an opening gambit offers them nothing, but they also don't lose a whole lot.
It's nice to see them trying any opportunities. Obviously, Azteca communicating his spawn and Annihilation obliging the AWP.
Yeah, he hit a couple of tidy shots earlier today, quite flicky Annihilation. So
他们怎么一直打 B 啊
？You can't just let him dry
？B 好打还是怎样
？Put a body on the line to boost the flash, something to give him an opportunity. But again, they technically, from what we can see, have banana control. Now, Mongols don't know what's a sandbag. They're about to flash half wall to work that out, but I feel like they've ran top, ran back.
对面有一点被骗了哦，对面回一个 B 哦，
Mongols, maybe a couple of things
现在变
not
3
working
B
quite
咯
perfectly here. But they've drawn the
差不多了，
rotation
累了。
at the very least, and they've even put in the mid to B split smoke.
But stubborn, 8core and Isaac remain to defend the A site.
他等下 M 闪一颗这里，他全白，然后全部跳出来，然后蒙古就赢了。全白，你看跳出来，蒙古赢了，就是这样。
But Annihilation's not good enough, and you can see that distraction blitz. Very late arrival through mid.
Thank God they didn't go for this one. We've already seen them go for one ill-advised retake of that B site. And speaking of B, well, it's nowhere to be seen. It was an A play. And that right there is what you can, I guess, power yourself up with by conditioning, right? B hits, B hits, B hits. They didn't have banana information. They had to go for the gamble stack of 3 players. The only gap that really existed that was in the dark was the apartment's position because A was close to brackets. So just a really good thread of the needle right there. And looking to hunt Mongols. They want to try and take these rifles away if they can.
This is exciting to see. To see them kind of having the confidence in their own game to not only that, but to be hunting. Knowing this is that one, as you've already highlighted, one poorly chosen retake into now keeping hold of 3 rifles. It seems like it's not going to get too far for Azteca. Not enough time left for any more, and they get all 3 through.
Oh, they can buy again, essentially, now, right? So the loss bonus is high enough here for the side of Gamer Legion where they can drop a couple across. Akor can even get an AWP back in his hands. Isaac has more than enough money for a purchase of his own here, and this was a great little entry there from Techno. The flash assist from Annihilation, meaning absolutely everything. And you can see Blitz just waiting for the moment to get that shot on Akor behind the pillar, but between a rock and a hard place there.
他们弹全部丢给 B 的人拿，我快笑死。
As his AWP wants to strike aggressive. Line held, a glance in a second mid as well, and he's seen enough. Notice how there's nobody around, nobody holding a flash, nobody holding anything defensive or smoke. Akor is doing this on his own volition. Like, he literally has no assistance here.
This is just his choice. He knows the risks attributed to it. His internal timer, pretty bang on, actually, in terms of Bartak taking a look. Go and walk about. Oh, they're coming for him. He has to get out. Good use of his util while flashed. At least delays their long take. And now the smoke is up.
But it's Isaac on an island. They've locked them in on a shore, but look at the
摸屁股，
Whoa, it's quick behind him, but yeah, Stack has dealt with it. Kios not so close.
I'm surprised they were even ready for that.
Yeah, it could have been much worse. Here they come. Akor looking for that fight and does deliver. It took their time, delayed nicely. And now here they come. Final hit. Around A. These hay bales. It doesn't have to be the commitment, but it feels like it will be with Annihilation. Good shot. Isaac down. Boost catches him off guard. Annihilation shut down. And now the bomb to be planted. Can Blitz and Bartak, this potent pairing, come home with a 7th? Kios. I am all coming from this long side. Blitz in a power position as well for the highest there. And he takes that first contact. Now Bartak delivers. Just like that, it seems practically perfect. Akor shouldn't have this one, but he certainly could now. Light on time. Pistol to hunt, a dink hit. Blitz goes down as he got the kit. Just in time.
This is going to be real close.
Just on the edge of the precipice.
看，我觉得蒙古在急耶。大沙不要移出来，站点不要站起来，他迟早要冲进去的，你知道吗？他迟早要进去的。他被各点击破，这种没救了。
Christmas came damn early here. Yeah,
就你不要移出来，你是100%赢的几乎。然后你移出来就是拼那个多杀一个人，然后被人家有机会赢。
Oh dear. You're not expecting to get that one.
Like Gamer Legion themselves are like, oh wait, what? We win? I mean, he had no kit.
That crossfire was so good.
Left. It was a perfect crossfire. Then Bartek's just holding A and going.
Swinging wide.
Swinging and a swanging.
It was like Blitz first contact, tucks in, slither gap, Bartek second kill.
Right.
If you're against an AWP, just don't peek.
Stay in. Oh no, Mongols might be living to regret that one.
Well, if they can win this one, if they can pull this one out of their ass right here,
sure.
They're going to put Gamer Legion in an odd spot as far as the buy goes.
Oh, get down,
fire on that. Good crosshair placement. Taps Kios down to 45. And they're going. I love the explosive nature.
Yeah, I mean, look what it does to Shuey. Suddenly, he can't leave New Box, could be mollied out at any point. And then he's definitely not emo. All eyes on him, does get Techno. Response required. Shuey pushed, and now Kios with a double straight through the CT smoke. He came straight in, like they were not messing about. It felt like they knew it was a full commitment and responded in kind.
And handled that explosive play on towards that B bomb site there. So it feels like when you're capitalizing on that space, if you're Mongols, you feel like you should be converting that type of a round. But this was great from Shuey, really delaying them here. And they knew exactly where he had to be, right? They had good utility usage. They eliminated a lot of positions on the side there. They scaled efficiently. But just really good work there from the individuals of Gamer Legion to be quite weedy about it. As Mongols, that cash has finally hit the bottom of the barrel. Couple of AKs, a Galil, a Deagle for Annihilation, and an aggressive mid-push.
Yeah, I don't know if that is anything...
Ah, he'll keep coming.
Oh! Hey, yeah, punished for it. Bartek quick on that.
Oh.
Akor kept it level, but it's Azteca to tip the scales once more in favor of the Mongols. Kios quaking in his boots. He knows what's coming.
Look at the pace again.
Look at them. They're already landing. All of the util lands at once. You can only
Holy shit!
And he's down. Look at this. This is beautiful. Counter-Strike coming in response from the Mongols straight into the side. No real margin for Vera. Everything lands in full commits. And then there's the follow-up smoke. Really nullify your options. Akor just going to try and keep hold of his AWP.
And get on out of there. I was talking about the buy situations that are going to be available. These save guns should secure them yet another. But the Mongols, again, I guess just keep going B. At this stage, you've had most of your success over there. This was on the round where things were starting to get a little bit light on. And look how frustrated, look at this, right? This is what I was scoffing about while the round was going, because it's so frustrating for IM, the timing on that, right? Akor's covering the wider swing, the body block, it makes it really difficult for him to even be able to isolate that shot. And a good shot nonetheless from Akor, but just frustrating for IM there.
Pops his head out. I mean, yeah, that's not a shot. You don't want Akor taking that flick at it and that double.
And I know you think I'm covered, but it's one of those that are really touch and go.
You don't want Akor to be too much wider because of the T stairs. Like, it's, yeah.
And we heard that he was saying he had a real slow start when they played Inferno earlier in the day. Now, they did start on the T side against that at Complexity. Now they're starting on the CT side, another somewhat slow start, but at least they have the solace of knowing they... Well, actually, no. They had a bad T side. This is, I guess, when you frame it, they need to be putting in a decent shift here. The confidence on their T side probably not at an all-time high right now. Well, they have banana control again.
Yeah.
But for how long do they keep it?
Let's find out. I mean, the deep smoke's good.
It's so classic with the way that they're approaching Inferno here. It's like let's set up one guy banana, and then we'll just drop back and try and just play 4A.
Right.
It's that's a very simple and effective way to play the map, but because Mongols aren't in a rush, your gamble stack nets you nothing. It just puts you out of position if an explosion like this comes. Kios, fortunate to get one here, will be chased down, rotation on its way. That one kill means so much.
Yeah, it could be round defining. Not only just taking down the first, but Akor's going to be there, as is Shui. To assist him, they are just going all in. A missed shot from Akor, sticks around for a second attempt. And Blitz gone, Kios another, straight through the smoke. He's just a Smoko vision.
不是吧？不是吧？
And Bartak getting a little hot and heavy. Pushing Akor, walks into the quick scope. Akor hitting a couple of crackers. Only 20 HP as well, had to be good for that first bullet. And only
Eagle, right? He dropped his gun.
Huh?
Not the weapon for the job. Long range and closed in on from the jump up IM. Secures fifth for Gamer Legion.
I think he may have had to reload there. That's why he just got rid of the rifle and gave it his best crack. But the explosions, I like it. I think it's, but it can't be your only play. Because if you're just hoping to if the game plan is we want to capitalize because we know they play a lot of 1-4 after they establish banana control, fine. But if you lose the opening kill, then the whole concept changes.
Yeah.
He's already slowed you down. You've given your tell of what you're doing, and then you still kind of run into that brick wall. So I like it on one hand, but not all the time. Like chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate's great.
这回合我如果是蒙古，我会打一个快的。你要变一下节奏，你等一下看一下他们是不是要打快的。
Yeah.
This should be something a bit different here. 4 players fast up second mid. This
他打
must be
4
an A
个，
execute. Like that's the only answer for seeing
他打
this
4个阁楼。
set up out the gates on the T side.
哇
Oh, nice. Oh, it could have been nice.
It was an idea.
A good idea.
哦，那个炸过去3个人哎。
Perfect execution. The silent mount. No noise made as they slink into the bathroom. Bathrooms? Don't know what bathrooms I'm looking at, but that's a bedroom. And avoiding the nade, only 8 damage, chipping away. Isaac aware, though, it feels like it's a bit suspicious in the apartments. He's not too interested in losing an early opening. Akor trying to slow him down. Isaac caught out. That's a big frag out open now for Bartak. IM, 2.5. Heavy lifting. Shui one back. With that bomb going down, courtesy of Annihilation, they're going to wait for this regroup. Kios and Shui to try and solve this one.
They still have a smoke on Bartak and several flashes. He's not going to deploy the smoke from Graveyard. This is going to be a wasted piece of utility.
Yeah, and look at this headshot angle from Bartak. Delivers the first. Kios, what have you got? A smoke to stare at and bullets in your chest. 8 secure, and with that benchmark that you set, about 9, it's very much within touching distance now for the Mongols. Round 14 ahead of us. 8 already in the bank, and those have been quite spotty in those last 3 T rounds.
Oh, that first is wild.
Mid-spray.
No wonder I was so confused watching that play out. Where was
他没用成吉思汗的头像就不错啦，不然就用个郭靖怎么样？
Paying an awful lot of attention to catch that one as Gamer Legion have picked what I believe they think is the lesser of 2 evils. So they had enough for a couple of rifles, but with the loss bonus going into the final round early 1900, they have opted to take a bit of an eco here. A Deagle, a Zeus, a Flash, and that's what they're going to rest their hopes on here for round 14.
Very good Molotov they've been throwing into those apartments. You can see how
电击枪
suffocating it is.
Come on.
The bait. You see that Akor little, the little bait sound.
I went for more pitch.
You still got it though.
I went for more pitch.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Sometimes I'm a little bit deeper. I've gone for more pitch in that one.
Yeah. And then if we slowed it down, you could have, you know, both best of both worlds.
True.
完了，打 B 了，打 B 了，打 B 了，打 B 来得及
conversation
吗
to be had now because they're not in B just yet. And the longer they take, I was going to say the more players that might start to rotate over, but Shui, he was responding to this. I think he called his teammates off, and now it will be too little, too late. They don't know what's in the site just yet. The problem is, Gamer Legion haven't made an assertive move to take some information anywhere. So as they say, silent, shrouded by the smokes, they will creep and crawl their way in with a double pump. Another coffin smoke. A stacker is across, diligently clearing that util perfectly placed, and they'll be in for what should be the 9th. Get some exits, try and take some AKs, right? And that's about it. You will be buying in the next round regardless, but you'd prefer to do it with AKs than anything else.
Best case scenario, why not?
Could still maybe do a little bit of damage to their finances slightly as well. I understand next round's the last round, but a stacker only has $50, for example, so if you were to kill them all, you would probably remove an AWP from possibility. And really scratching the bottom of the barrel to give you anything to be excited about in this round. It is just sitting back waiting for the logical conclusion. 10 seconds left on that bomb, and they're trying to exit towards CT. A dink and a death for Techno, but the trade is there. Stacker going to combine with the likes of Annihilation to at least find themselves a safe haven towards CT spawn. And there will be that 9-mark hit. So just one more round left in this first half of play, and just one more best of one coming on this B stream for the day.
Oh yes, indeed.
Has been you know, as far as upsets and whatnot go for the day, it hasn't been an awful lot. There was obviously Greyhound over 4s, Apex beating Liquid were two of the bigger ones.
I mean, 100%. I think Apex being 2-0 at the end of day one is probably the biggest surprise.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I mean, and we all know the names.
Yeah, they're a fringe team. Yeah. They're not in like a conversation to get through in 3-0, but maybe they are.
Certainly. Yeah, it's been an impressive start for them, and making Greyhound their, well, female dog.
Yes, took him out for a walk, didn't they? Look at Acor right now.
I'm looking at him.
He's just chilling. He's just waiting to be called on what to do.
Right.
Yeah. For any information, he was literally just chilling and waiting. Now he's picking B.
And he's actually going to go ahead of this molly. He's going to commit to it. Techno spots it out. Counter molly to make sure that gap can't be closed towards the half wall. But he's sticking around. Like, it's brave to be continuing. Gets information off of his jumps and now feels the confidence to go post up. Does Techno dare? Yeah, I think this is enough. They've seen enough. But knowing the AWP there, they're going to shoot 4 players towards the A site.
蒙古每一场节奏都一样，都超慢的。
It's 4-on-4。
超级好猜对，说真的。啊，有玩的这个炮，蒙古真的强硬到，就是你一个失误。
Screaming.
你一个失误是一定他妈的可以把你秒掉的。
Back to Acor's domain though, and the Dane does deliver. One more bite at the cherry. He's getting a bit greedy now. It's this pendulum
you have
swing.
to go away. You have to respect that smoke.
You got no options but to give it a look in. 25 seconds. Final round of the half. Bartek's got a chance onto Isaac. It's just about how much IM gets done.
Time's the biggest issue.
Yeah, gotta hurry up. Good flashes. Gotta get that clear. IM does deliver the one on the site. Really light on time. 9 seconds. Isaac's still alive, and that's the end of that. 6 recovered. Gamer Legion 6. Mongols 9. We'll take a break.
9场够吗？ 今天被 G2 定杆，不是哦 ，G2 那么强，G2 不太准啊 ，G2 太强了、啊。你压他们0-3，那你没了，那你没了啦。蒙古怎么可能0-3啊？哦，0-3一定是 F 叉的啦，你不用想了啦。F 叉有哪一队打得赢我？那一队直接自杀，真的。蒙古至少枪硬，你知道吗？枪硬什么都有机会，你知道吗？枪硬的队什么都有机会。 我今天贪食蛇优格帮我抽到我最想要的狮子了，好爽哦！狮子蛇，我们在吃饭晚餐的时候，我们4个最后吃到太饱，4个人那边玩店里玩贪食蛇，笑死。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in business. If you are watching both streams simultaneously, then you'll know that there is a lot of action going on unfolding over on the second stream.
Yeah, you'll only be watching one very shortly. Yeah. So, and it'll be the one with us because we have an entire second half of Counter-Strike that we still need to get through between Mongols and Gamer Legion. And the 3-round lead that Mongols have at the half, it didn't bode so well for them earlier in the day against G2. Similar scoreline, actually same scoreline. They were able to get that pistol and get off to a good start on their defense, but it just wasn't enough. Let's see if it's enough against Gamer Legion, who did battle back in with a couple of spotty rounds. But 6, it's more than enough here.
哎呦，3B 耶，蒙古3B 耶。
Needs a multi-kill. Hopefully, Hastaka can hit one. Oh, he's down.
哇，1干3，what the fuck， 1干4。我就跟你说，强硬的队伍就是王道哦。
Just like that. The pistol rounds going their ways. That double digits. It's coming quick, thick, and fast. I am. Not long for this world. This Techno makes it 5. That is all his. An ace to start off proceedings in our second half.
And that is a great way for him to kick things off, right? Just
哎呀，我刚没看到导播视角，鸡掰。
These pistols, you know, just a little price drop, and the amount they get purchased, 30 bullets of pain, just unloaded. This is great stuff from the Young Gun, one of the absolute youngest members we have here in attendance at the Paris Major.
He's just mashing his clicks, mashing that mouse as fast as he can.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful indeed. Look what it leaves him with. That is the purest of ecos.
A full eco indeed.
Holy
yeah,
moly.
Wow, that's 11, huh?
Avocado guacamole.
This is where they were earlier in the day, right? This is exactly where they were earlier in the day. 9-6 at the half against G2, swap over, win the pistol, win the follow-up, and lose 10 consecutive rounds to lose the game 16-10.
Okay. So let's get that 11th.
Yeah, and then I think the 12th is probably...
And then the 12th.
观战者8。 就我这个，现在没有人这样看比赛了，是不是
？That's fair. That's fair. Let's see if we can get there. As yeah, well, Gamer Legion, what they're doing here is
give it another ace. Not another ace.
Well, Techno does get 3 and very likely 4.
哇，双枪好猛啊！
For him, that's a lot of kills in 2 rounds. It's going to be certainly bolstering his total. He's actually managed to match Hasteka. Who was our high flyer. Once again, it's worth noting that he's had 2 back-to-back good Infernos.
I just want to follow up here. Unless on the mainstream there's been an ace in that Fluxo versus Monty game, that would be the second ace from Techno there. So not his second ace.
Hey, come on, come on! 4个 B 是怎样啊
I should have probably been a little bit more.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so G2 versus Mongols. Monacy had an ace, and Techno with the second one of the tournament thus far.
Damn. Yeah, we'll keep tabs of that. It's not every player who actually does manage to pull off an ace in territory like this.
2 HP.
He's gone. Kios makes sure of that.
It felt like he started around on 2 HP.
Yeah, I'm not sure Shui really hurt the boy. And Kios has already got full top banana control, so this one shaping up very nicely for the Gamer Legion response.
Well, this is where things really started to go wrong. We've referenced it once, we'll reference it again, but losing the opening pick just in the blink of an eye, not having any map control whatsoever. I like this from Blitz at least. Destined for a frag. Beautiful to draw one back. That's better than information right now. A 4-on-4. Blocking towards long. Top mid control taken. Has that limping some forward of his own utility to keep Blitz at least planted. But it will look to be a B finish. Annihilation on the boost. Techno. Let's see how many more kills he can find himself.
Yeah, he's going to be more reactive. Just
I think he'll jump up.
Yeah, if they were to smoke him. Smoke sail into the site. Techno looking for a fight. Annihilation I am immediately onto Techno though. Annihilation's options limited. Rotation through the double Bs.
They have 2 incendiaries here. 1 new box, 1 emo, very possible. Flashes as well to help clear out Sandbag. Annihilation can bide his time.
Yeah. He can be the pièce de résistance at the end.
There's emo, and there's new box.
全部被烧，全部被烧烂，被烧烂！我操
！2 of them just in the open. Lovely headshot. Bartek another. Oh, if you're helpless, I am only one.
哇，那会发好漂亮啊
10 seconds for good measure. The Mongols with a very convincing retake.
Yeah, you're just looking at the Util, you're piecing together what's possible. You're looking at the territory. They have no banana control. Everybody's stuck in the back of the site. Those flames
而且你要很短时间的
and there's the difference maker.
沟通说谁丢什么，谁丢什么。
Banger shots here from Bartek.
有没有弹什么的
Well, he's with the heavy hitters right now. 15 for Bartek, 15 for Hasteka, 15 for Techno.
Yeah, I mean, that second shot as well from Bartek makes the difference. It really does. It's not an easy shot to hit, a quick flick and finding that head as quickly as he could. Put them on 12.
This needs to be dawning on Gamer Legion right now. They're the favorites coming into this game. The Unicorn odds said that. The people at home would say that. But this is a 0-1 game. The loser of this, 1 best-of-3 loss away from elimination. Last place available on the line. You don't want to be going down to the 0-2 column on day number 1. This has just changed tone. A 6-round difference, and this is becoming very serious as Gamer Legion have purchased back in to fight for their life here.
It's got to be good. It's got to be now. Annihilation with this opportunity or opportunity. Should be trying to barrel bait. Annihilation gives it up. It's charging.
Holy
good opportunity. Oh, and Hasteka gets nothing done from that boost position.
完了
She's all onto Annihilation.
完了，那个压力超大的，
Shots, call it done.
感觉看到蒙古的人都要被他妈的那个弓箭射到眼睛的感觉，一出去眼睛就没了。
On the side that people throw that retake.
哇，还有人已经预设在这里堵了哎。
I am, but you hear that Util coming. That's why I said they have to go. They extinguished and went because they had so many players car. That Util set, as I said, only a couple of positions you throw that from, and one of them, quite often, is first oranges.
Yeah.
So knowing that that is likely one of your initial clears is going to be that position, and you can see just how easy they were able to deal with him. The AWP can only scamper back into so many positions
好像被追杀了，没得躲哎！我操，你看。
On the Mongols, they're in a really good round and a necessary round for Gamer Legion to pick up to finally put something on the board here in this second half of play.
每个队伍都不是菜鸡耶，每个队伍的枪都很硬哎。
Right now.
Yeah, and the problem when you look at this round timeline that you and I are right now is they've only posted 2 consecutive rounds as the highest round count. So they really need to break that trend here. Otherwise, I'm no mathematician, but I would say that Mongols will probably beat them to 16 if you continue to leapfrog.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Does have to be a string of consecutive rounds from Gamer Legion.
And here is the first of what should be
2
yeah.
in a row, for sure.
Because loss bonus 1900 into the next, it's going to be quite light on for the likes of Bartek and Annihilation, right? Hasteka will be able to drop an AWP if that's the type of... They might, well, because they're going full eco here, I know it's Blitz with a Deagle.
他怕被电是不是？你看他的位置，他怕被电啊。
3 pot shots right there.
That's enough for me.
Hold up, he almost got away.
Not bad, not bad.
Good shelf life there. You could have gone for 2 half buys, or you could have gone for what is more of a full eco, and then buy quote-unquote full into the next, where you have a few emissions as far as util and maybe rifles go. It'd be interesting to see how Mongols want to proceed. I think Mara should probably call a timeout as well, just to have a bit of a chit-chat.
And yeah, that's probably not a bad idea to get it done now, as opposed to before we're all tied up. Should that be the reality to come?
It has yet to be called. I'm just keeping my eyes on it right now. Freestyle ticking down 12, 11, 10. So maybe it won't come in here.
It's just the fact that, I mean, obviously that it was an eco in this previous round, but the 5 alive in the previous, like the perfect round they just had, this is like the start of a Gamer Legion run.
I just feel that this would have been a really good time to have that chat, because as you're talking about this run with the loss bonus still very low, Hasteka's actually rocking the AWP here. So is he going to give it back to Annihilation at some point? We already saw that on the T side, or is he going to be the man sticking with the plan? As well, look at the radar. Gamer Legion quite heavily applying some presence towards A. There's nobody in Banana. They're waltzing up middle. Mongols are playing very passive over towards Pit and Balcony. So no resistance here at all.
Yeah, I mean, what are Blitz and Bartek supposed to be doing in this with
完了2-2-A，他们守2-2-A，完蛋了。
They've deep smoke library, deep smoke art.
哎呦
！Oh, what?
哇塞，救了他哎！穿烟
Annihilation just catches a perfect spray through that art smoke. Bartek having to maneuver. That sound betrays his position. It's Blitz to respond onto Kios. Oh, and Acor trying to get away. The IM covers a double from him, and it's Acor to get into that side for the finish.
So scrappy, wasn't it?
蒙古被定干的吗
moments there could have gone either way.
Yeah, 100%. I think IM did a lot with a little there.
He's come alive now as well. He's starting to get a bit more impact here. 19 kills.
Right, he talked about his underperformance in the interview, saying he doesn't want it to happen again. Well, he's top of the scoreboard right now. IM 19, he's got a good.
我今天看 Kennis 的台，他那边赌枪哎，我记得突袭不是不能赌枪的吗？为什么他可以赌枪
？That's a stacker, stacking another kill to his tally, looking for a save of that AWP.
And that was the first AWP bullet he had shot within that round.
Right.
So now they know what is available in the next.
我记得鬼王那时候之后就不能赌了。
Not have him needing to take a shot at all, and then have a bit of a surprise coming forward. Maybe expecting him to have a rifle in his hands.
那个 Johnny R 在那，不 Jason R 在那边赌枪，我有看到。
I'm not sure how much taking a timeout would have made a bit of a difference here, but we are getting IM on display from the balcony. You could see him there just lacing those shots through the smokes, looking for any damage he could, and that's an important one from Acor because you can see Techno was starting to engage in the site.
It always surprises me when people just keep their wireless mouse in their hand. Oh,
yours isn't wireless.
No, it's not. But I was demonstrating anyway.
Like this.
Wow, yeah.
I can do it. I brought my own setup. You ever seen a caster bring his own setup before?
Never, actually, Chad. I've been doing this a long time. It's kind of weird. What could you possibly need your DPI for?
It just feels nice.
Just feels nicer, okay. I actually really like the way this one feels.
Oh.
There's a little bargain bucket.
在 B 点啊，那一把 Eagle。
Yeah, I do.
黑皮事件要发生了。
The church hall lands of yesteryear. Hey, let's see what Azteca gets done. Because, I mean, Annihilation did have 2700. He could have got Kevlar vest and, you know, had a jab at it. But Azteca, he's earned it. He saved it.
Yeah, he bought it.
Yeah.
He's going to use it.
It's mine. And maybe we get to see a little bit more of a disruptive force. You can see their caution. Like, they are fully spread out, containing any of the potential CT aggressions.
This is the thing. Bartek, just having a glance in Boiler right now, gonna see that it's relatively clear. So they have to know that it's gonna be the B play. However, if Azteca goes the speedway rotation, it'll be very noisy. You're gonna see him have to go all the way around.
Right.
To that right-hand side, which to avoid the sound cue. Sure, it cuts off a few seconds, but it's not even the B finish. It's a B fake. He's just been drawn across the map, and they're coming up mid. This is great calling from Shui here.
Yeah, that was actually perfect. Job done. Mission Kios just knife out away from the 5-man stacked bomb site. Like,
really well played, yeah.
I mean, especially rounds like this can get awkward.
Of course.
All it takes is one awkward, you know, death. I'm just actually casting my mind back to the first Inferno we casted.
Yeah.
You know, an awkward grim death, and you lost the whole thing.
And I think the thing as well is when you have a saved AWP in the mix, it's very scary because if that AWP rings out and gets a kill, you're going to want to try and take space elsewhere. But you go a stack of pistols and maybe you're overlooking a few corners because you know it's just against this lighter buy, and then you give up another gun and, well, it spirals out of control, but handled, and now it's just going to be a 2-round gap manifesting here. So good stuff from Gamer Legion. And we were talking about streaks of rounds. Look at this, 4 on the trot. They're going to get themselves up to a decent haul so far in this T side.
不可能的。
Mongols have bided their time. They've taken their saves. They've put them in the piggy bank, and now they're going to smash it open. Get a couple more purchases out. Now, double ops on Inferno CT solution is a solution. And they could opt for it here if they would like. There is enough money for Azteca to buy one.
这把关键的，这把很关键。
from the side of Mongols here.
他们还可以调3次大枪局啊，没什么问题。
But this is why I'm just keeping my eyes intently on what Azteca is going to purchase here, because while you're watching, you've seen
这一把输的话，
not too many rounds fall to the wayside that they
这一把如果再输的话，存一把，下面2把还是可以买。
Yeah, but I mean, I understand getting Mara on the mic now as opposed to sooner rather than...
I would have loved it earlier. Yeah, I would have loved it before their other
purchases. You called out, right. But now at this point, the gap has certainly closed. You can see all the scores on the doors in front of you.
They didn't go for the second AWP, they went for a rifle, and Annihilation has a lot left over for more AWPs. So that's okay with the lost bonus building right now, but Annihilation only has 7 kills.
I'm very interested to see if he makes an impact. Like, we just watched, you know, the way in which Monacy was finding impact on the mid-hold. Incredible. And this is not an easy feat by any means.
What the fuck? 是什么东西？哦，是，掉掉一个。
Okay. One in the head.
He's won that one now. And he's got another.
Oh, yes, indeed. Annihilation with a demonstration of destruction. Double. Round defining. And yeah, Shui, Kion, good luck, have fun. Mate, 50 HP. Let's make that less. 99. He's got 1. A single point of health, keeping him in it. And looking to snip it is Annihilation for his 3rd. That thread of fake cut. And one more for good measure. Goes for the crazy flick. Kios in a 1 versus 4. It will be Bartak to oblige and provide for 13. And Annihilation to get the credit.
蒙古很有机会啊！刚刚那把赢了，整个经济就稳住了。他接下来可以出连续出2、3把大箱了。
You see, just peer. You see the little head. You can see the little head. Very flicky. Well, Monacy inspired, and Acor just getting flatlined.
I love that. Seeing it from his POV as well. Annihilation, no slouch. You know, like one of the ways you always kind of characterize Mongols is you go, yeah, they like Inferno and they can shoot. That's always the second element of your summary. Well, Chatty B, we've got Annihilation demonstrating certainly no absence of shooting department.
我们之前的小组赛是6队还是8队那种，忘记了。之前我们去打 WCG， 我们把小组第1名的干下去了，让他变小组第2。我们那时候打。 然后，但是我们小组其他全输，我们就只赢小组第1。这种东西就看运气的。
2 more of those, and they can break game Legion here. Again, same trick twice.
Might go for it again.
Come on now.
Acor is in the same position.
Come on now.
Oh no. It's not gonna happen.
You can't.
He won't.
It's the same setup.
It is exactly the same setup. I mean, Shui probably isn't going to be expecting that.
No.
I'll tell you that much for free.
这个底好靠背哦。
Okay. If I'm the boiler defaulter or the halls defaulter, I'm expecting it on my clears.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
又来了，又被他偷到了。
Shui. Orb still there. They're still not moving. Surely we get out of there now. Yeah, Blitz will slide out as IM starts investigating. They know this could be an Apps walk. Isaac flatline. Bartak need more from Blitz. Oh, and a double bomb. And it's red carpet delivered for the defenders. It's all set up. It's perfect. A 2-man advantage. Bomb on your doorstep.
真的是强硬的。
And they can even get these long players over here to make sure that if they come out of boiler, they come out top mid, they can't get to the bomb on that porch side.
Yeah.
So as the smoke starts to fade, they have to worry about all the angles. Game Legion are screwed here.
闪到自己人啦，兄弟！
Brilliance.
你就继续没关系。
You can see Azteca, Techno, they'll swing at their own discretion. 28 seconds, you've got the smoke to try and nullify a boost. It's a good idea.
He swings, they're dead.
Yeah, right. It's just his self-control, his restraint.
Exactly.
真的是强硬。
You can see, we know it's already over. That round was already over. What great stuff again.
转偷到了一把黄金 AK， 把这把枪带回去比奖金还高。
Exact same CT setup 2 rounds in a row.
And it works.
It was just later on the peak this time. So Acor, we saw, and you called it, he was in the exact same position, he just got fed up of waiting. And they were starting to initiate the round, they were doing their top mid-control utility. So very jarring.
Yeah, and Bartak's face, I don't know, like, it just felt like he couldn't believe they got away with going for the same twice. Yeah, I mean, he was part of that tower. And yeah, great play from Blitz. I think it's especially his double kill stopping that Isaac entry from spiraling.
Well, this will be a timeout call from Gamer Legion, so Ash has a chance to get on the mic here. But when I look at this, let's just consider what happened. 2 rounds in a row. What they did was they made your top mid control very jarring, as we do have a bit of the ADR on the screen for everybody. You can see the difference makers here and the utility as well. So Acor almost 300. And yeah, get a bit of look of everything.
Oh, I
Good
do.
to see the stats.
Good graphic.
Yeah. And around timeline. But under control, this one is heavy. There's 3 starting B here for Mongols. Deep smoke, deep molly. Defensive flashes from Kios here.
Deep trouble. if they don't win this one.
14-10. And remember, a 0-1 game right now. One of these two teams and looking to be Gamer Legion at this point will find themselves 0-2. You're going to be joining the likes of Fluxo, who went down to Monty a little bit earlier today. The first team to find themselves in that bucket. And the aggression has continued. So they're not staying jarring top mid to stop the mid crawl take, right? They're actually opting to be a bit more disruptive from Banana. And that is such a deep grenade.
All of them. Like, it feels like their smokes and nades go deeper than normal.
But Hasteka throwing that from there gives up that he was logs, or that he was that far down, which means that now Gamer Legion think, well, if we have to go back to B, that's a really hard clear. So they're accelerating in towards A, but the rotation from Techno's already going to be here. He's now
4-on-4, like a straight up brawl. Hasteka, yeah, by holding on, channels them in to the defense. Bartak calling for aid, flash high off the door. Annihilation! He's coming for no scopes, he's been punished. Shuey will catch him.
他刚刚看起来是有中的，不知道为什么。
Overcooked it, charging through the smoke. Shuey greets him with a spray. And now 4 versus 3. That bomb to be planted, courtesy of Shuey's fingertips. Chip damage onto Isaac. Welcome with 40. Need a blitz and a double. Quick fire, quick smart on that AK. Hasteka down. 2-on-2 for this final round. Oh, it's getting intense.
Team flash.
Go on. Time. Half gone. Favoring Gamer Legion, but losing.
完了完了，为什么不去？为什么不去？为什么不去？为什么不去？完了
！Blitz with a triple, and the Mongols on 15.
好强啊
There's more than enough time for the defuse, but that is the two pit anchors doing exactly what you have to do as A anchors. Stay alive for as long as you can. And you know what's even better than that? Win the round. They just
没了，
stayed in pit the entire time.
对面还不能起全装嘞，对面起不了全
Look
装
how many Gamer Legion bodies were on the site. They had no room in the post plant. No room whatsoever. No space to work with. And that's 15
对
for
面你看
Mongols
有
now.
4个半甲而已，4个半甲啊不，有1个半甲。 然后雷跟那个都不足。
Considering the position the Mongols find themselves in, you've got one more up your sleeve. Worst case, you take this one now. You have a 30-second conversation to discuss their finances.
这种弹不够的情况，
Did they plan?
但是有关键的弹一定是打 B 了啦，现在一定打 B 了啦。这一回合一定打 B。我是蒙古，我对手3 B， 你信不信
It's interesting that they value it so highly on T side Inferno.
Right?
Like how much has Acore actually done on this T side?
That's the thing. This is where it's like a bit more of an A-core specialty in a way.
It is.
Because I don't look at Gamer Legion as a team that like runs the system in the same way. Sure, they approach the game in very
偷丢了一个手雷在家里，
individuals to have more of these magic moments to make them. And maybe that shouldn't be the conversation against a team like Mongols. It would be against a team. I don't know.
好啊，你看蒙古不打3 B 没关系啊，输一输啦。
Team like Gamer Legion who are on the fringe against another underdog team. But here we go.
This could be it. Strap in, folks.
哇哇哇！惨了惨了惨了！惨了惨了惨了！惨了！
This could be it. Kios catches flak early. Shuey, 28 points of health, and he could lose himself. Careful here. Hasteka jumps for info up against an orb, but he's happy to duke it out. Chill your beans, mate. Cool your jets. Advantage held on to.
I wonder if they're aware that the half-wall smoke was no good. Apparently, Hasteka turns on a dime.
Gamer Legion. 3 players left, otherwise Mongols will take the W. And Gamer Legion will be up against the ropes, chucked into the best of 3s, and demand it to win 3 in a row. Acore, that's the orb they've invested in, trying to make it work in any capacity. Isaac's got the bomb and they've got 50 seconds. They're poking and probing both bomb sites. Neither sounds great. Annihilation just being that pendulum swinging between the comms. Seems like a final decision has been made. Wait till that smoke fades a second. You can see deployed, bouncing in now to lock off the library side. Annihilation will just run through it.
Look how many nades they have for this, just to stall this out.
Throws his own to play around. Should he require it? 25 seconds. This could be it. This should be it. Mongols cannot let this go. A perfect opportunity to tie it all up. Only Isaac with a rebuttal, with a response. And Acore adding another one. Good from the Bartak frag. Acore would need to get this and plant right here, right now. Can he clutch to extend play? Is there anything left from the Acore orb? The answer's yes. Hasteka catches another round of hot air. Acore sets play on. Are you not entertained with the AW?
You asked the question, why is Shuey making that sacrifice? Are they even getting that much impact out of the man right there? Well, a wry smile and a big clutch for Gamer Legion to hold on. 15-11. Mongols could not have asked for a better opening. Kills over towards Banana. Getting it done, having all the advantages. I'm talking about all the util they have. And then they drop the ball, or Acor, he rips it right out of their hands.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. That one could leave a mark. It will be reverberating around their brain. 1 versus 3. Oh no, Steka misjudged the pace of that one. Kios was already up half wall as he goes jumping for info. Acor loses half of his health to the flame, but mission all the same. You've got an advantage.
还在继续那边玩刀没关系。
You've gone under your opponent's skin. That's the end of annihilation. What was that? Through the corner?
Yeah, 40 damage through the corner of the wall.
He gets away with 4 HP. Acor the Immortal. Can't say the same for IM. Down. Tekno's got a lot on his plate and a little gap between the smoke. He's been robbed there.
The nades worked.
Okay, Kios actually goes down.
被偷了，被偷了。
Denied. And look at the spray. Look at the damage. Blitz needs to live.
No!
No way! No bullets! No problem!
Chasing them away through the smoke. You ain't getting away.
Oh dear! Oh, it's all a giggle in the end. I thought Acorn's clutch could have led Gamer Legion back into the game. It's all too little, too late. And the Mongols, they must be feeling good.
I don't think I've seen.
有一个人上了屠杀最多级，那个一定超丢脸。
What a team
cheeky
effort!
way to get it done.
Yeah, the finish is.
有没有跟你说蒙古会赢吧？哎，这什么结局啊？蒙古第一个人转刀转到死，最后一个人用刀砍死。哎，再看最后一场 ，G2 对上 X Gamers。